Hello, Internet, and welcome to Lords of Misrule. We are back again for more D&D fun, and we've got a big old party here today with Ryan joining us once again. But we will get into our recap and everything here in a second. First and foremost, all the great things going on right now at GGK. We had a really fun stream last night. We're playing some Destiny 2, doing the taking our first stab, most of us, at the one of the raids there. If you don't play Destiny 2, you're not familiar with that, it was ridiculous and complicated and frustrating and fun. But we had I think about a 5.5 hour stream of that, which will be coming to YouTube soon. And you can check that out on our VODs right now if you're interested and you've got an afternoon to spare. And all you have to do is subscribe to us to get access to our VODs. If not, though, and no sweat, you can get them on YouTube later this week. Otherwise, we had a new session of Wonderworld last Thursday, which will be going up soon. We have one more episode session of Wonderworld coming up in 2 weeks. It's going to be on the 11th. And we are excited to be wrapping up that story and kind of bringing everything to a conclusion. I've had a lot of fun running it. I know Ryan's had fun running it too, and I hope all my players have had fun playing in it. But we will be moving on after that to a new game that Savannah is going to be running called All Myths Are True. And it's going to be a Monster of the Week game. Many familiar faces you'll see playing in that. More details on that to follow, but I think the first session is going to be in May on the 9th. So we're still about a month out from the first session of that. But we will give updates along the way. And I'm sure there will be other fun things and reveals and all that good stuff for all of our characters. This coming week, we will have Match Pony on Thursday at around 7 o'clock Eastern time. Stay tuned. We tend to kind of start whenever we want as soon as we get home. But we will, you can catch any announcements on that on our Twitter. And then we'll have our next Lords of Misrule next Saturday. I don't think we have anything else going on this week specifically, but maybe more video game streams and other things going on too. So just check us out. But I think that's all the announcements that I have right now. And nobody else has anything. We'll go ahead and get started. So sit back, relax, and prepare yourself for this episode of Lords of Misrule. And welcome back. Last time on Lords of Misrule, we had just come off of an amazing pseudo heist kidnapping from a few weeks prior, where the party had taken down Carmen Ettlinger, one of the Mephistosi lieutenants, one of the vying gang leaders in the city. You had captured her and brought her back to Clove's nightclub, where you attempted to interrogate her, finding some information that Enza needed and that you might need for your endeavor to take over the city, or help your friends take over the city. Finn took Carmen into his possession, I guess, by freezing her and taking her who knows where, and thereby kind of solidifying his hold on her part of the city and being the last Mephistopheles standing. Afterwards, you discussed your next step, setting your sights on Cordelia's mother, Natalie Strega, who had been sort of a threat, a thorn in your side for a little while now, sending some assassins after some of you, and brainwashing and otherwise messing with the rest. You sought help from Aya and Finn. Both promised to offer you some amount of aid. You prepared the werewolf forces that you had gathered for some amount of assistance in this as well. But before all that, and setting your sights to go after the Nosfori leader the next day, you learned that Nikolai had gone missing, learning that he seemed to have been captured by an ice dragon. You rushed to his aid at some of the docks, the shipping yard over in sort of the west side of Gothford. You fought one of the cardinal sins that had come after you, a dragon who identified herself as Amore, and you were successful, though some of you took a bit of a beating in the process, coming very close to death. Cordelia especially. You were able to rescue Nikolai, though, defeat the dragon, and save the day. And that's where we're going to go ahead and pick up our session today, after the dragon is lying dead and you are fleeing from the shipping container or the freight barge that you had been fighting the dragon on. One thing I need to do, though, because we had a redemption for it, is as you're leaving, I'm just going to go ahead and have, who seems less busy, Enza, roll me a d10.
Oh, okay. Let's see. 10. This one. 2.
2. Okay. As you're leaving, in the kind of the frozen wreckage and the remains around the interior of the ship, and there are like bodies and other things strewn about, you notice on one of the bodies that has been frozen and broken, and most of his equipment is destroyed too. There is kind of poking out from the snow and the frost, but mostly untouched, this black cloak that he was wearing, and maybe one of his arms is sticking out of currently, that has this kind of ethereal kind of sheen to it, and these 2 long, will look to be like tentacles hanging off the back, that are sort of spiked at the end.
Hey, Cordelia. Want to take a look at this thing?
Yeah.
It's a little extra fancy.
Sure. Take a look at it.
Okay. Cordelia limps over.
I got healed a lot.
Oh yeah, I forgot you guys did your did your wolf thing. Okay.
A little concussed.
Yeah. Are you identifying it, or are you making an Arcana check?
It's gonna take me 10 minutes to identify it.
Do it. Well, could she just get a sense that it's magic or not?
Yeah, can I just do a check, and then once we get out of the...
Yeah, you just make an Arcana check.
Out of the shit.
It's like, no, someone just sewed on some squid onto this cloak.
Dirty 20.
Okay. It's definitely magic. And it seems to have some illusory properties to it.
You don't say.
I do say.
Illusion, I love it.
Interesting.
Should we take it?
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to use it anymore.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, you pick it up out of the snow and slide one of the frozen arms out of the sleeve.
Oh!
No, it's just the arm sticking in the sleeve.
Okay.
So yeah, you just pull it out the other end, and whip it over your shoulder, and you guys leave. I'm making the assumption you guys are heading back to the to Clove's joint to sort of reconvene and figure out what to do next. So that's where we're going to kind of pick up the scene, flashing or jump cut to entering the bar. I want to say it's pretty late at this point. I've lost my sense of time for what it was, but it's mid-afternoon, late afternoon, I think, getting there. And it's the next day is when you talk to is when you've set everything in motion for Ashley. So, but as you make it inside, it's a little lively afternoon crowd. Not a lot of people in there currently. I think most of the regulars of Clove's Bar are used to all of you coming in bloodied and broken and just disheveled looking, so they're not really worried that much or thrown off that much by you. Clove is behind the bar and gives a friendly hello and a wave as you enter, and you see at a table just off the bar, Haran is sitting there with a familiar face. You see your your halfling buddy, Basil, Father Basil.
Oh yes, halfling.
Goblin.
Well, you still, I think it still
Wait,
says
are goblins
halfling.
not?
No, you are. It
Okay.
just still says halfling on the overlay.
No, it says gnome.
Does it? Or no, that's right.
Okay.
You originally said you were a gnome, so I was.
Did I?
I think so. You're trying to.
That
put-
doesn't sound like me.
Anyway, your goblin buddy, Basil.
Oh, you know what? I think probably before
Yeah.
Anywho.
You guys all know at this point. I was being.
Sorry, I got confused. Who am I?
Anyway,
ourselves.
Haran sees you all and says, "Well, you all look like shit."
I mean, that's what happens when you tussle with a dragon.
Yeah, you should see the other guy.
Again.
What kind of food did they serve here?
No, Clove, probably good food. I think it's like I'm trying to think. It's lunchtime, so it's probably mostly like club sandwiches and like soup. So
Okay, definitely soup. I'm definitely have a bowl of soup, napkin tucked into the collar, and with an absurdly small spoon, just like so. This will likely take a long time. To get. I bring my own silverware. I bring my silverware from home. I don't use restaurants silverware.
Okay, so yeah, you're but Haran says, a dragon again, really? It's like 2 in the last week.
Would we lie to you?
Honestly, I don't know at this point, but I'll just take your word for it. I was actually just talking to Basil here about the 4 of you. 5 of you. Nikolai's with you too. Hi, Nikolai.
Did Nikolai make it?
Yeah.
That's Ryan asking.
Yes,
Yeah, he's
Nikolai is there.
Okay. All right. Because I heard up to when the dragon died. And
Yeah. Yes, Nikolai did make it.
Okay.
And Haran says, we were talking about some news that we had gotten about some work that you had tomorrow. Didn't think you'd be off fighting dragons today.
Neither did we. Side eyes, Nikolai.
Like I tried to get attacked by a dragon. I didn't.
I'm
think
not
I did
blaming
this
you.
on purpose.
I didn't. Nobody said anything. Are you
You
sensitive?
had a very accusatory tone to you just
No,
there.
I was just saying. You seem so sensitive about it.
I can't think I'm the only one that thinks I'm not being sensitive here, but fine. I'm going to have something warm to drink, and he walks towards the bar, dusting some snow off of his shoulders.
Basil, it is so good to see you again. It has been much too long.
have we met?
We have. I wasn't there, but Sean said that Pilar was there, and we met.
Okay.
And then I left, and you guys robbed a bank because
I was saying, I'm just saying. Yes.
He forgot all our names too.
A pleasure as always, I'm sure.
it's Pilar. It's Pilar.
Pilar. What an interesting name.
Yes. Great. I thought that would go differently. How was your soup?
Divine. He says, a little bit distracted.
You were saying you had news about our work tomorrow, Arn?
Aaron?
Yeah, I had heard about it. I thought you might need some more help, so I gave Basil a call. It seemed like something that maybe someone like him might be able to help out with it a bit.
We were talking about that too, so this is very good.
Saves us a step, certainly.
Yeah.
So, before we get talking about business, we should talk about business, because I believe that our last little excursion, you all promised me there'd be some sort of payday for going to the cabaret and shuffling things up a bit, and I have yet to see a copper from that. I don't know if it's in the mail or what you all were thinking about that, but it seems to be just a small matter of recompense that I think we need to just briefly discuss.
Sebastian's going to take the single copper we have in the party fund and flip it at Basil.
It just clatters on the table and off and rolls away, maybe. Like,
There's more, but you did say, look, there's a copper.
See?
Oh, Tito, man. And so we did get paid, didn't we?
I mean, we did, but we've been getting paid in essence gems. I don't know if that's something you're interested in, Basil, or if Gabagool would rather have hard cash.
essence gems, you say? I don't know what they are. What are essence gems?
You can make things.
They're the things that make magic items.
Okay. No. I'm afraid that won't do.
All right.
I'm afraid it. Gosh, I'm trying to think of what to ask for. I want something personal.
Oh.
Is anyone wearing any like jewelry or heirlooms or anything like that?
Pilar's wearing a golden locket, like looks sort of flowery, like sort of largish with a flower on it.
Okay, that sounds like a good contender. Anything else? Because I'll roll. I mean, if you want to offer things, I'll roll and then have that be decide what I ask for.
He's also wearing a stole, but that's new, not old.
Okay. Nope. Okay, I'll ask for more.
Really?
Gabacool has reached out to me and let me know their divine will. I'll take that locket.
My locket. This?
Gabagool's locket. Now, I think.
You all decided, you said you were going to pay him and then you didn't, and now I have to make the payment? Is that what's happening right now?
No, we don't. Gabagool really needs her locket specifically.
What can I say?
We will get you the money. Don't worry, Pilar, you can hang on to that.
If this is collateral, I guess that is fine. But I just want you all to know that I'm very huffy about it. Like, she opens up the locket and takes out what looks like a folded piece of paper and then something else that she kind of conceals in her hand, and then she gives you the empty locket.
That's collateral.
I feel like you cheated just a little bit.
Oh, do you want what was in the locket? Really? Do you want this? Are you sure?
I'll just ask for the picture. I don't know what the other thing is. I'll just ask for the picture.
Doesn't need to be fair.
Well, it is very valuable. If you take it, then you forfeit the fact that this is collateral on your payment in the future.
That's all that Gabagool has asked for. I'm sorry. But it will go to a divine use. I assure you.
Now, Lindsay, would Sebastian know anything about this locket, or is it just it's a thing Lar has?
Probably.
I will say, I, as Ryan, don't know. So if I'm making a really, really big ask here, I'm very sorry.
It's never come up before.
Yeah.
Okay.
But does she wear it all the time?
She wears it all the time.
Oh.
Yeah, Sebastian would know that her mom gave her the locket, and what's inside it, the picture is something her mom gave her, and the other thing, I don't think you don't know about that.
Yeah. I think seeing this happen, Sebastian is going to dig into his pockets and pull out 10 gold and just say, I understand sentimental value has value, but I'm not sure you can put a price on this. You'll be able to get a lot more with just these coins.
I'm afraid you misunderstand me a little bit. What I need isn't money. Money comes and goes. What I need is this. This is important. You could buy yourself as many lockets as you wish with that 10 gold. That's of no interest to either Gabagool or myself. At least at this moment.
Fine. Take it then.
And he removes like a handkerchief and like closes it up, kind of folds it neatly, and tucks it into a pocket. What's the picture of?
If you do you open it up to look at it?
Yes, you can whisper it to me. I don't know if it's.
I will. I will
Okay.
whisper it.
Okay.
Ooh, whisper you.
Haran watches this. Shane says, "Well, that was only mildly awkward. So, do you have everything you need for this next job? From what I've heard, this is a pretty big one. Looks like a lot of people are moving in Finn and Aya's camps to."
Have Finn and Aya delivered their supplies yet? I forget where we landed on that.
Just trying to remember if I gave this to you last session.
I'm gonna scroll back through, see if I have notes. I don't think I wrote down what they actually gave us. So
No, I was gonna give it to us in 2 hours, and then we left.
That's right. Yeah, so I think he does. And he says, yeah, I have got a package for you right here. And he slides it across the table to you, kind of popping open the top so you can see inside. Just remember what was agreed to. I think this is like the healing or the holy water and the other stuff, right? So I think there are 5 vials of holy water. You guys got that gem though, right?
from the last time when we were going after Dormeyer.
Oh no. Okay.
Is that what you're talking about, or something else?
No, there was another gem.
Ooh.
I thought I'd given you guys
You
this
did.
stuff
It
last
had the
session.
dawn spell in it.
Yes.
Oh, right.
We talked
yeah.
about the spell.
Okay. Did I already give you the healing the other potions and stuff too?
I don't know. That's just the only thing I remember.
Okay, yeah, it was the spell crystal with the dawn spell in it. Yeah, 5 vials of holy water. I think there are like 4 stakes in there too.
Those are gonna turn.
That's
Gross. I hate that. I made that joke. Sorry.
We'll all forget about it. And I'll say 2 superior healing potions. I want to say I gave you guys a spell scroll too, didn't I? I definitely gave you a spell scroll last time. I feel like I gave you some of this stuff, but if you don't have it written down, because there was also a scroll of spirit guardians.
I remember hearing that.
Okay, I have it now. 5 vials of holy water, spell scroll spirit guardians, small amber crystal with the spell dawn.
Yeah, and then I'm throwing in 2 extra superior healing potions too.
Okay.
Okay. Alex, would you add that to the
Party
fund?
fund?
Yeah.
Give me a second.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, I want to say I was going nuts that I thought I had said that last time. Okay, cool. No harm, no foul.
So,
Good.
Is this like an appropriate place to talk about in the restaurant about the job, or do I feel like I need to wait until?
You guys are fine here.
Okay.
You're secluded enough. There like not as many people in there. You guys do your business here all the time. The people that are regulars there have allegiance to Clove and to you guys, and
Okay.
Talking with Haran.
All right. So, I think Basil has an obnoxiously small little like port glass that he's just going to be sipping on it, and like kind of removes the handkerchief and like folds it and then sets it aside. Now Haran has told me a little bit about what you're thinking of doing next, so I have some idea of what's going on, but maybe you should start from the beginning. Tell me everything that you know, everything that you're wanting to do, because what I want to do for you, maybe even more importantly, what Garbagool wants to do is to aid you in bringing all sorts of success down upon your houses and everything. So, just enlighten me.
Well, we sort of need the opposite of success for my particular house. We're going into a lair to kill a bunch of vampires.
Specifically her mom.
Mostly my mom.
Is that so? How very classical. I love that. Wonderful. So...
Moms, it's my favorite.
So I see. I assume that something is forcing your hand in this.
Oh, she is.
I see.
Mostly with assassins.
Oh, this is poetry. It's just poetry. Fantastic. And so is your mother? See, remember, Mazel? Is your mother how? I apologize for the indelicate question, but how old is she? If we're talking about vampires, is she wizened, I suppose?
Quite.
I see. And she has a rather large clutch around her.
Mm-hmm.
Where is her lair?
It's under the hospital.
I see. Fairly far away from the river.
Yeah. Our plan was to go in there tomorrow at midday.
What sort of security does she have in place for these? Most vampires that I've learned about, they have lots of measures to protect themselves during the time of sun. Anything that you're aware of?
Is there anything I'm aware of?
Well, the hospital itself is guarded. There's usually a few police officers around the hospital, but most of that's a front, and they don't really expect anyone. It's mostly just a deterrent for people to attack. If you can make it into the Nosfori Sanctum underneath the hospital, there are protection measures in place, and there are guards, and there are thralls that are there to keep the Nosfori safe. You also know one other detail, though, is that very often the interior of this building beneath the hospital, this old ruined structure, many of the hallways and passages are collapsed, and they are always shifting and changing the rooms that they're using. You wouldn't be surprised, knowing your mother, I think, that the entire interior of it, now that you are kind of on the outs and she knew then you knew the interior, she probably would have changed everything, and the layout inside.
I assume you shared that basic
Yes.
stuff. Okay. I'm assuming that I know about vampires, but I shouldn't. Maybe I shouldn't assume. Do I know
That's
a little
fine.
bit?
Yeah,
Okay.
I pretty much have given everybody the thought, like any of the general vampire lore is pretty common in this world, and I think
Alright.
most of that's like disseminated because of the hatred of vampires, and like, hey, here's how to kill them.
Okay.
Probably class in public school or something like that.
All right. I do have an idea, and I don't know how feasible this is. So I'm going to. Do you think there's any way that we could perhaps affect the plumbing of the hospital? Perhaps create an issue there, a backup of some kind? From my experience, fighting a vampire is its own challenge, and I'm not going to minimize that. But there's also what happens afterwards, and water's a nice thing to have around for that sort of thing. So if we could perhaps cause some sort of backup and flooding within the lower levels of the hospital, we could use that to our advantage.
I don't see why not.
Possible, but keep in mind, as much as they have a front, this is still an actual hospital, one of the biggest ones in the city. Lots of sick people there, lots of innocents. But
There's no one in this world that's innocent, my friend.
some more so than others. But yeah, no.
I don't imagine a broken pipe or two killing a bunch of innocents.
Certainly not more than sitting on a nest of vampires, I would imagine.
Yeah, I mean, if something goes terribly wrong, what if they head upstairs, so to speak? The vampires go upstairs and start snacking.
It's just something to consider. I think it might. Now, I'm sure they expect most people to come from above, but perhaps if we do this what I'm suggesting of starting with the sewers and perhaps causing some sort of a flooding within the lower levels of the hospital, maybe we should come from below.
And do you have means of doing that?
I'm sure I can find something. I know, Guy.
And we do know a couple ways to get into the Undercity. Could make our way through under there potentially.
It's possible this city is ruins on ruins on ruins.
I assure you, this city and this world is ruins upon ruins upon ruins.
I always
And it will
appreciate
be-
your wisdom.
And this city will one day be ruins upon the ruins, and they'll build up again.
It's not a bad plan.
Yeah, I mean, sounds like they wouldn't expect us.
Ashley
Sewers.
is working on taking out some of the guard, so hopefully we'll have less to contend with once inside.
Now, if you wish, I can reach out to my contacts and see if we can find out someone with the information, with the the most recent data for where the sewers are and where they lead, and the best way to back up this old and ancient piping to create some problems.
Sure.
Very well. I'm going to refresh my drink, and I will be back shortly. And I'm gonna wander off and somehow get a message out, but mostly just sit at the bar and try to chat up Clove.
Okay. So here's what I want to do. As far as the next 12 hours or so are concerned, because I don't want to have to play it on too much minutia, but I'm going to go one by one to each of you, anything you're doing over the next 12 hours to prepare for this. And then we will go ahead and move forward with the plan. Sound good?
Okay. Yeah. Oh man, actually, I just thought of some spells that I probably should prepare. Actually, 12 hours from now.
Yeah, you guys are going to take a long rest between now and then.
Okay. All right.
So yeah,
then I will reread my spells because I might want to change up a couple things.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's start with. I know you had something, so let's start with Cordelia.
Yes. I do 2 things. One of them I already told you I did.
Yes.
And I'm not going to say out loud.
Okay.
And the other is that I need to go talk to Nikolai.
Okay. So let's do this scene later. Maybe everybody's hanging out at the bar and they've all gone off to do their own things throughout the afternoon. And Nikolai is outside of the laundry joint, kind of in the alleyway behind it, sitting on one of the chairs outside that the staff at the bar uses, and probably smoking a cigarette or something like that. As you come outside and the door closes, he looks you over and says, "Are you feeling any better?"
Mostly. You started smoking again.
Only just a few minutes ago. Getting eaten by a dragon might do that to you.
Are you okay?
I'll be fine. Suffice to say, I've been through worse, I guess. Not much worse, but worse. Shoot, get up. Looks at a cat that's running past. Anyway, I'll be fine. Are you going to be okay? With almost getting killed by a dragon yourself and then having to turn around and fight your mother the next day. It's not an easy week for you.
If I make it out of tomorrow alive, you'll see.
You'll make it out alive. I'll make sure of it.
Are you coming with us?
I guess so. There's no good reason for me not to. As much as I don't want to. Somebody needs to be there and to protect you and the rest of your friends.
Because you've done such a good job so far.
In the first dragon fight, I did fine.
You're
I just
okay.
started this one in the worst spot.
Well, I came out here to give you, the speech about you don't have to go with us and you don't have to protect me and it's going to be very dangerous and I'd never be able to live with myself if you died again. I think that's the whole list.
I thought earlier you said you wish I was still dead. I swear that it was just like 4 or 5 days ago, but I've lost.
But that's what I wanted to say.
Well, I guess something good came out of the getting eaten by a dragon then.
Just don't die, okay?
I won't if you won't.
Do my best.
I will too. I think he flicks out one of the cigarettes from the pack and holds it up to you.
I'll take a drag of it.
Okay. He lights your cigarette too, and you guys stand out there for a moment, kind of quietly. Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Okay. So yeah, you guys just have a quiet moment, just kind of standing there together. Maybe some other light conversation along the way. Anything else that you want to do, Cordelia, to prepare for tomorrow?
Sleep.
Good.
That's it.
Okay. All right. Sebastian, I also knew that you had something, so let's go and do that too.
Yep. So we've had some conversations off stream about getting Seb some new items using some of the essence gems. So going to go attempt to do that, and you and I have discussed what that might look like.
Oh yeah. So here's what I want to do. Now, I think it's going to be more interesting with doing the back end of this than the front end of this. So, I was thinking you disappear for a few hours the day before, and the next day you head to. Well, where is it that you're going? Where is this shop?
I imagine it's somewhere in West Circle. He has ambitions of being upper class, but has not quite reached that status yet, and so is probably working around or near the docks.
Okay. Do you have? Does the shop have a name? Because I know you gave me the name of the shop owner, but
I don't think it's so much a shop as he is like a back alley.
Back alley.
Enchanter.
Okay. Yeah. So in West Circle, you head to quite literally like the back alleyways behind a few, like there's like a fish market and some other kind of industrial buildings, and between the alleyway between these buildings there is a metal door with a view hole in it, with a sign above it which kind of has like engraved or metal sign which has engraved in it or scratched in it Dr. O's, and you head over to the door and knock on it 3 times, and there's a kind of some heavy footfalls from inside, and it slides open for a second and then slides back closed. You hear a couple locks engaging, and the door opens to a like mountain of a man that is standing there, grayish skin, bald, has like tattoos and sort of tribal markings running up the sides of his face and along his arms, but he is wearing a well-tailored like suit that's a little patchworked, and has like some elbow pads and other signs that he wears this when doing some more strenuous or heavy labor activities, and he goes kind of stands there glowering for a moment before cracking into a kind of a large smile and saying, "Sebastian, it's good to see you." And he comes out and he like claps your hand. He says, "It has been a while since we have gotten to do business like this. I'm so glad to get to see you in 2 days now. Please come in. Let us talk."
See you again, Dr. O.
And he leads you inside. He says, "This was quite the project to be working on, and I haven't had something this challenging in many days now." And he closes the door behind you and locks it, and leads you further into the workshop, which is a pretty small space, especially for such a large man, about like 20 foot by 20 foot, but dozens of shelves lining the walls with all sorts of gears and vials and clockwork devices, and then he also has at the far side of the room from where you enter an essence loom, and he says, "I wasn't sure that I would be able to get this done for you in time, but I think I came up with something that will work very well for the two of us. Of course, if anyone is to ask you where you got this, you're going to tell them."
Off the back of a truck.
All right. And he walks over to the other side, to the table sitting next to them, sitting next to the essence loom, and picks up 2 like leather wrappings off. They're just kind of long strands of leather that are capped on both ends with silver, and all around across the leather straps are like detailed engraving as of like arcane runes that run along them. And he walks over and hands the two of them to you. And he says, "Go ahead and try them on, see how they work, see if they fit you all right. I think I got the measurements as close as I could."
You always do good work. And I start putting them on in the traditional way that boxers wrap their hands.
Okay, yeah, you wrap up your hands and they fit nice. There's kind of that stretching of leather as you break them in a little bit, and as you put them on, you feel that sort of arcane energy coming off of it, though you're not attuned to it yet. You do feel kind of like the power behind these. He goes, "So, what do you think?"
It's gonna do what I asked.
That and then some.
Then I think we're good.
Excellent. So, I think we've already settled up on the matter of your payment. If you need anything else between now and any time,
I know where to find you.
You know where to find me. And he gives you like a strong handshake, and starts leading you towards the door. Yeah, I think that's it. Anything else you want, or anything else you want to RP from?
For that scene, I think we're good. Okay. How many essence gems would that have cost?
As a rare item, so that would be 9.
All right, that puts us at 8 left.
Okay.
For the party. And
the items that you now have or are in possession of, so pull them up. The gloves of detonation. These are if you I'll go ahead and read it to you so you can get it written down, the exact mechanics of them. But they are +2 to your melee attacks when you are wearing them. Your unarmed melee attacks.
Wow.
They have 8 charges. Regains 1d6 plus 2 charges daily at dawn. I'll copy and paste this in the chat too. On a hit, you expend 1 or more charges to cause a localized explosion. You and any creature within 5 feet of you must make a dexterity saving throw, DC 15, which you have advantage on. On a failed save, you and the targets take an additional 1d6 bludgeoning damage per charge spent, or half as much on a success.
Yep.
And I will post that for you.
And you say this does require attunement?
Yes.
Okay, which means
you can get the +2 without the attunement, but the detonation effect you have to be attuned to them.
Gotcha. But yeah, that would be my 3rd attuned item.
Okay.
All right. I will start plugging that into my sheet, and I think that's everything Seb would have wanted to take care of on his own for prepping. But sounds like there may be 1 or 2 other things he gets dragged along with.
Yeah. So let's see. Let's go with let's go with Basil, because I don't know what you're planning and what your thing is, unless you just want to reveal that to the group when you guys meet up the next day. You're muted, by the way.
I am. I don't think it's going to be dramatically more interesting later, so I'll just say, "Hey, you, stop, you." Okay. Maybe. So I'm going to reach out to my criminal contacts in the underworld and see who's in touch with some evil plumbers is what I want. I'm looking for some Warios and some Waluigis is what I'm looking for.
Okay.
And I have a reliable and trustworthy contact who acts as my liaison. So basically, I'm just looking for anyone who can basically maybe go to like if this was a hospital, maybe you can just like flush a couple tampons down the toilet and just completely like back up all the plumbing and then like cause like a flood to happen is what I want to happen in the hospital. Or like, some version of that.
Okay. So, and I know you had the other idea for entering or somehow digging in from below.
Yeah, maybe those can go hand in hand.
Yeah, I was thinking we could maybe do something comboing the two. So here's just say we won't go into an intricate, but role play with this because that might take a little bit. But we'll you do have a contact, and you can reach out to them, and they put you in contact with Mr. Waluigi, who there are major sewer lines that run right by the hospital or to provide water to the building of that size. I think the person they put you in contact with is more of like a demolitions expert than necessarily a plumbing expert. And so what they can do is rig up a small detonation explosion in the sewer system underneath the hospital, which would sort of break into the sub-basement beneath the hospital, which would cause flooding and give you guys easy access to this structure that you're
got to make that methane work for you, really.
Yeah. So they can do that. I think essentially what'll happen is they schedule like a time that they're going to set that, because they're going to have to put a charge and then get out of there because nobody can be down there when the explosion happens. Set a charge timer, detonate, and then you would have to move in immediately after. And they really don't want any contact with you directly so they can have that sort of compartmentalization. So if you're good with it, you give the go ahead. They will rig up the explosion and you guys can enter through the basement instead of having to go through the hospital.
Yeah, I'm nothing if not confident. So yeah, we set that plan in motion. And how much would it cost for me to get a silver dagger and 6 silver bullets?
Not a ton. Silvered weapon is usually... Is it 50 gold more than the 10?
I think it's 50 gold, yeah.
It's
been so long since I've looked.
Yeah, it's been a long time too. Let's see if it's easy. Silvered weapons.
It's either 50 or 100. I can't remember. It might be 50 if you have the silver.
You can silver a single weapon or 10 pieces of ammunition for 100 gold pieces. So a dagger is extremely cheap. So you won't even have to really factor in the price of the dagger. What I'll say is that if you're not looking for like a pristine silver dagger or something like brand new, like just made for you, you could probably get a maybe slightly tarnished silver dagger at like a pawn shop for like 25 gold pieces.
25, okay. And can I get some silver bullets? Do they can I mean, honestly, I'll never use 6, but but just feels nice to have a full chamber.
Yeah, I'll say for...
I might not be able to afford it. I'm pretty broke.
Let's see. Let me get the firearms stuff because I need the pricing on that. Firearms ammo pricing. You want like pistol rounds?
Yeah, I got a revolver.
So it's 2 gold pieces per 10 rounds. I would say 10 gold pieces.
Oh, that's it? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm also saying that this is something you're only getting because you're criminal contacts, because silver ammo, silver weaponry is very difficult to come by, given the Nurian. But it's probably slightly easier now that there's this gang violence and all this other stuff going on. So.
Okay. Let's see. Anything else that I can do? I don't think so. Oh, you know what? Actually, all right. Well, maybe come back to me. Probably not. I'm just gonna see what spells do.
Okay.
I'm probably.
Cordelia, did you want to identify that cloak too?
Yes.
Okay. This won't take a lot because I'm sure you all are familiar with this. It is a cloak of displacement.
Yes.
And on the tag it says, "Thank you, G Master." As he rolled for a loot drop, and that's what came up. So yeah, you guys can decide who wants that. Or who gets that. I'm sure you all want it. Anyway, so
Enza found it, so.
yeah. And it does require attunement. I don't know how many items all of you are attuned to at this point. But anyway, let's say, Enza, is there anything you want to do the next half day?
She's gonna hang with Pilar.
So
Okay.
I'm gonna go talk to Gil.
You're going to talk to Gil. Okay. All right. You head to the sewer system, making your way down to the crevice or fissure in the subway system, not sewer system. And within a few hours are able to make it down to that abandoned sanctum, or that town square that you were at before, with all the oozes and slimes and everything. And there is that same kind of rippling pool with the golden statue with the hammer still shining and sitting there. And the water kind of warbles and rises up a bit as you approach, and you hear that telepathic voice speak out to you again and says, "Hello."
Gilmar, it has been so long since I visited you. How have you been?
I've been fine. I thought you just left.
I did. You're right. So I was wondering, do you want to go on a field trip?
A field trip?
Yeah, do you want to go visit somewhere else that's not this place that you are at currently?
I'm not sure.
It would be fun.
Okay, let me get the gist here. You're trying to convince
A giant psychic ooze to help us kill vampires, yes.
When you put it like that.
Yes, that's what I'm going for.
I don't know how to say no to this. I'm going to say no to this because I don't want this to happen. But
No, how dare you? How dare you crush my dreams?
let me see.
I don't know how, but I'm gonna.
I don't know how to say no to this.
There will be birds. Come on, Guiomar. There'll even be bats. You haven't even seen. Well, you've seen one bat, at a distance, but there will be even more bats. And the caves are totally different sizes, and it's just so cool.
What am I going to be doing?
Well, just strolling around with us, and maybe hugging some people, that sort of thing.
Okay, make a deception check.
And that's true, though. To be fair,
It's deceptive. It's deceptive in its nature.
It is.
He's gonna make an insight check.
Okay, where's my deception bonus? Where is it?
Well, damn, Guiomar, you've got a big insight.
It's almost like he's psychic.
But you're gonna say, "Where's my deception dice?" Since you have specific ones.
I do when I'm at my house. Okay, you can do this, Lindsay. Here we go. Really? Are these weighted to roll bad? No.
Sounded weighted. Just calm.
It is heavy.
Rated.
It's
It's my metal one.
That's only 19.
Okay. Well.
What? Yeah. Bonus is I'm a bard.
Yeah, I forget about that.
It's a 26 for Guiomar.
I knew it. This is getting out of here. No.
Wait, what is it? You don't roll that one. Okay.
He goes,
No, it's fine.
I'm not sure. I really don't want to leave here.
I kind of figured that.
Who would look after Glub Glub?
Well, it'd only be a very, very, very short trip. Even shorter than the last time I saw you. It was shorter than that distance of time.
Lots of people have been coming by wanting to see Glub Glub. I'm afraid if I left, someone would take him.
But they haven't tried to take him yet, have they? They've just looked.
We could tie him down to the place where he's at. So it's even harder to take him while you are gone for just a minute.
I'm not sure. That doesn't sound safe to me. How far away is this place?
How far away is this place? I don't remember.
It's underground.
Yeah, it's
It's just like a hop, skip, and a jump.
I think he says, I'm just not really feeling it.
I respect that.
From me.
It's a no from me. Okay, Simon.
I'll RSVP maybe.
It's a soft yes, which means no. Okay, thank you, Guillermo. It was great to see you. I'll come see you another time, assuming I live. Okay, bye.
All right, you leave Guillemar and the shining solid gold statue of a Kuatoa with sapphire eyes and a golden warhammer with a jeweled hilt behind again. Just want to keep
He's my friend. I'm not taking his property or friend.
All right. Just putting that out there in the universe. And head back up to the city. Anything else you guys want to do?
I thought that was going to go better. I really thought I could get that.
I mean, it was worth a shot, but he is kind of a weird oozy thing.
That is true. How would we have even gotten them there anyway? That probably would have caused a stir. So it's probably a good thing that it didn't work out, actually, now that I'm thinking of this. What else do we need to do before we go kill some vampires?
Well, I would like to sleep at some point.
Oh, yes. That thing, of course. Well, I guess I don't have anything else to do. Sure wish I could get some bullets silvered in this town. Oh well, guess I'll go to sleep.
Sean, we talked about how I have a person who I would go to get ammo. Hang on, let me check my notes. Would I know? Darn it. If they have...
Yeah, they could get you some... They could silver some bullets for you. I mean, what kind of ammunition are you needing?
I don't know too bad.
Pistol.
A pistol.
Okay.
Where is his name?
You take really good notes.
How much ammunition do you need?
Oh,
Just a few shots?
a few. It's a pistol. How many fit in a chamber?
Click on that thing that says for pistol.
It should say on the thing.
It says reload 15.
Okay. Then that's 15 shots per you have to reload.
I would like that many.
Okay. 15 is still 10 for 6. So I'll say 20 gold pieces.
Here you go. Thank you, kind sir.
Okay.
Your haircut looks great.
The bald ammo dealer gives you your... I'm just kidding. I'm not going to do that. Anyway.
I still need it.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, you get your ammo.
And then I'm going to go to sleep.
Okay.
In the middle of the street. No, I go home.
Everybody sleeps for the evening. Wake up the next day. I think that everything is scheduled to pop off. We'll say the detonation is scheduled for noon. Because I think that's also when you said you were meeting Ashley. Ashley was going to be ready to do whatever he was doing on his end before noon. So
I think one thing that would happen before we go is I lose track of who's sleeping over at Cordelia's at this point, but one thing Seb would mention to Cordelia the morning of is just like, so last time we saw Ashley, I may have, used the medallion just to make sure he was on the up and up, and he was. He also seemed very earnest in making sure that nothing happened to you. Your brother may be a dick, but he cares about you in his way.
I'm sure there's something in it for him.
It's possible,
It's probable.
but it's very hard to lie in your own mind, and at least in that moment, he wanted to make sure you came out of this okay.
Ashley's convinced himself of a lot of things over the years. But one family member that's not actively gunning for me is better than nothing.
Yep. That's it.
okay. So let's any last minute things as a group. Anything else?
We should divide up the resources that we have.
Yes, go ahead and do all that.
Yeah, I would love some.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Resources?
Oh yeah, like our sunshine paper and the sunshine gem and the don't die bottle.
Oh, you have the don't die bottle. Oh, see, this is going to go so well. Thank you. This is. I'm very excited to see how this turns out.
So, Sean, question for you just to clarify. The spell gem, just anyone can smash and it pops off, but
Yes.
you're still having it that scrolls have to be read by a caster?
Mm-hmm. Scrolls have to be a caster who is capable of casting that spell.
Okay. So you do have that part in it too. Okay,
Yeah.
because I was just thinking it'd be so good if Super Mobile Monk Boy had spirit guardians around him, but alas.
Would be good.
Now,
Yeah,
for the Dawn spell,
part
I
two.
believe that's a 5th level spell, and can anyone cast that?
The Dawn is a spell gem, so we just have to smash it.
It's a different thing.
Yeah, it's going to be a different thing with that. Yeah.
Fantastic.
The Spirit Guardians is just a Basil thing? Only Basil can use the Spirit Guardian scroll?
I would believe so.
Oh, all right. So this sparkly paper is for you, Basil.
Oh, is it? Thank you. It's very pretty.
Yes. Cordelia tells me it casts very tough friends who protect you. Is that right?
Close enough. Guardians of a sort.
And so it does. Fantastic. Well, I'll be sure to drag that into my sheet so that I can use it if I need to. Thank you.
You're welcome. Because we are such good friends who share things.
Well, share and give.
Give.
Yes.
I like this one.
Yeah, you all seem to be getting along all right. We also have this holy water. I already have one.
I would like one.
Yeah, imagine we each take a vial of the holy water.
Does it have electrolytes?
We're the one in the
Vitamin
group
holy
who would
water.
know.
Holy La Croix.
It's holy water 0, so it has no calories.
Oh gosh.
Essence of holy.
Oh. So is this the next morning? I'm assuming we're talking the next morning, yes?
Yeah, we'll say this is just before you guys are about to head out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great.
It's like a LaCroix, but with more flavor. Sorry, I'm still making holy water jokes.
That's how you say it, is LaCroix?
Yeah.
Some people say LaCroix, but
That's exactly what I said like 30 seconds ago.
I don't
Mhm.
like
It's a mix. I've heard both.
There are also people that say croissant, but this is also the United States, so let's calm it down a little bit.
Let's cool it.
Potions of superior healing are regular, they're not patent.
Yeah.
Yes, these are going to be regular.
I'm definitely taking one of the holy water vials unless somebody stops me, so don't stop me.
There
Yes.
are 5, so
Yeah, everyone is well.
Great.
Take away.
Great.
um,
Take two even if you want.
What am I going to use it for?
I don't know.
What's the drug scene in Gothford? And I asked because here's my follow-up question: could I get a couple syringes?
I sell drugs.
She does.
I'm serious. I actually sell drugs.
Oh, she does?
mana is an injectable?
Sure.
Maybe.
There's other drugs too. We're just not getting into those. Yeah, you can get some syringes.
All right, I'm gonna if can I put holy water in a syringe?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. All right. So if I'll just have a syringe holy water.
It's getting real supernatural here.
Is that supernatural? I'm thinking blade.
Oh, Blade 2. Blade 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't
Either
as
one
good
of
as
those
the
work.
first one, but it's still pretty good. I'm gonna mute myself for the rest of the game.
That's okay. I'm on board.
It wasn't any worse than Ryan's fun earlier.
I don't even remember what it was. I just like zoomed it from my memory, but I agree.
Okay. So you're all you divvy up your loot, leave the the laundry joint and head towards the hospital. And once you get to the hospital, you wait like across the street in an alleyway or something for the time. Probably even like a sewer grate there that you pull away just to be ready. And you've been told just not to enter the sewer until noon after the explosion. So you stand there waiting. I'll also give you guys this. As you see the hospital, you do notice there are about 15 police cars outside the hospital. It seems like the security has been stepped up a lot since the last time you were here. So you get entering the way you guys are going right now, probably the best option.
Oh yeah.
I think so. While we're waiting, one thing I'd like to do right before the detonations do their thing, I'm going to cast Water Walk on the party and make sure that they have that capability should they need it.
Great.
Cool. So,
You want us to cast Water Walk on everybody?
That's fine.
Okay.
All right, everybody's got water walk on them now. That lasts for like 8 hours, right, or something.
a single one, but
single
should be. I'll post it. It should be sufficient.
That should be enough time for you guys to get through the sewers and get into the place at least.
Basically, you can walk over any liquid surface, and it says grants the ability to, so I don't think it forces you to walk on water should you wish to swim. Although it does say if you target a creature submerged in liquid, this spell carries a targeted surface of liquid at a rate of 60 feet per round. So you can make an argument that you just can't go underwater.
You can go prone on it. You guys could lie down on it.
Yeah.
Roll on it.
So I just want us to have, mobility. I don't want to be
All right.
slowed down by the sludge.
As you cast the spell or finish the ritual, casting Water Walk on...
Can I cast rituals as a cleric?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, then I definitely do that.
Yeah.
Definitely do.
I definitely do that.
Yeah, you cast the ritual, finishing the Water Walk incantation on everyone, and just as the Water Walk spell takes effect, there is a slight like tremor beneath your feet, just for a second, almost imperceptible as the cars driving past. But what you do notice is first in one of the grates out on the street, and kind of coming towards you in a ripple effect, you see little puffs of like smoke coming from the anything connected to the sewer, and then the sewer cover, the manhole right next to you, there's a whoosh, like a smoke rushing past, and then this noxious fume of smoke kind of pluming up through the grate as well. You kind of wave away before as it passes, and then you hear this along with it, this echo, this thump that carries along with the smoke as well. And far in the distance, a clock begins to chime.
And noon.
And
Well, I take it that's our cue.
Yes, so let's go.
Down the hatch then.
It's the only way I know.
Jumps.
all right. And I guess Nikolai's with you too. Are we bringing anybody else with you guys?
Yeah, Guillemar.
No. Not bringing around a colossal giant ooze with you
Then
guys.
don't introduce it into the game and let me be friends with it.
Make human-sized friends and they can come with you places.
Yeah, I think we settled on we're not bringing any of our minions directly with us, at least.
Well, it's up to you. I guess we can take pause for a second. Nikolai can be with you if you want, or you guys can say, like, the minions, the other werewolves you have, you can...
Dogs. Yeah.
You guys can have position them somewhere else as backup in case you need it.
Ooh, yeah. What if we do that? And like Nikolai could like lead them.
Ooh,
Maybe easier.
but where?
Are you trying to just not have to run the NPCs?
I mean, that's obviously the ideal situation.
That's a good idea.
But we could find like a building or something nearby.
Or have Nikolai and the Ono dogs slowly filter their way into the hospital throughout the morning.
Mm,
Posing
one
as
by one.
visitors.
Yeah.
Big fan of that idea.
Yeah. That's a good
Okay.
idea.
Yeah. Yeah, they could definitely do that. Okay, so we'll say they are in position, ready to help should things go south. You guys have spells and stuff that I'm sure you could use to alert them.
Bats.
Somebody is sending or something, right? Maybe.
Smells of bats.
Figure it out. Anyway, you all head down into the sewer, and dramatic music begin. You walk across the surface of the water, getting to not have to trudge through the sludge the way to the hospital, and have to traverse about 200, 300 yards of sewage tunnel. And as you do, the smoke and that debris in the air, it gets a little thicker along the way, finding yourselves a little bit choked for air as you're going. It's not pleasant, but it's not immediately dangerous. And it's as you round like kind of a bend, and you know you're coming underneath where the hospital is, that you can see the source of the explosion. And along this tunnel, there is now a massive hole in the stone wall, and the water itself kind of picking up speed. There is like it's draining out through this hole at a slight downward slope into a void that has been created by the explosion. And it's as you head through this void.
That Pilar makes a great one-liner. It says, no one expects the elvish demolition. It's not great. Get it, like Spanish Inquisition? Get it? Because elves are Spanish?
Yes.
I've been waiting to do that for like 25 minutes. Sorry, go on.
I'll give you a DM inspiration for that.
Yes!
Oh, you're so lucky. Never does those.
I never do those.
I'm gonna take a D inspiration and roll disadvantage in my next roll.
Jeez, that was good actually.
That was very
Yes!
good.
The tunnel itself is the wreckage of probably a passageway or something that some other structure that had been buried beneath the hospital as well. But it does provide you with a perfect sort of a tunnel to head into the first room here, which is not the first room that I had, but I'm going to go ahead and put you guys on the map. I do have a map for this.
Yay! Can there be like, it's like as we go in, like some kind of like mark of gabagool or something like that? Someone painted on there as like,
yeah, like to let you know that.
Yeah.
All right, I want to make sure everybody is seeing what you're
Aha.
seeing.
I have to scroll to the right area. I see squares.
Okay, you're going to see one token. That token is going to represent your entire party for this thing. This map, and for the stream, everyone watching, you're not missing a whole lot. This map is just so you guys can familiarize yourself with where you are traveling. We are not going to use this for combat or anything.
Okay.
So
this is us.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that is us. That is your party. You guys
Axes.
should be able to select that and move it. I'm just going to say one person.
Yeah, not it. Savannah, you want to take it? Control of the token?
I can do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go.
Might be good for someone else to listen to the stream.
I'll do it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Morgan
I
will
do
back
want to say one thing I forgot to do in preparation. I'm going to grab some of the grenades we have from the Draconisi stockpile.
Okay.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, don't forget you guys had all that.
What kind of grenade?
I'm thinking,
Both.
yeah. I mean, probably just 2 of the frags, 2 of the smoke, and if no one objects, I'll just take the last 2 dynamite too.
Who would object at this point?
Might as well.
Okay. So this is where I have you guys coming in, because this isn't where I was expecting you guys to come into this dungeon, but it's where you guys are coming in now.
Good job, Ryan.
You.
We'll see.
We'll see.
That remains to be
Anyway, so like I said, you guys are gonna be able to move around. I have the advanced lighting on, so you can see where you've gone along the way. But just one person move it. And this map does not detail any details of the room. I'll describe those, and you guys can ask about them. But there's no, I didn't put anything on this map other than just so you guys know where you are. You guys are free to take notes and write and scribble and stuff on it if you guys want to remember what's in what room. Okay. All right.
Yep.
So. As you enter through this space, a grand dining hall stretching north to south takes up the majority of this room. There are 4 stone pillars that stand on the east and the west sides of the room. The table at the center of the room is set with golden chalices, plates, utensils, everything befitting the highest of royalty. Also adorning this table are 2 corpses, which appear gaunt and pale. They don't seem to be victims of the explosion, but they do seem like they haven't been here for too long. Cordelia, you recognize the space. This is the grand dining hall. And if at any point you need to ask me kind of directions and stuff, you have a general direction where things might be. From this position, if you're looking for something specifically, the grand hall where you guys came in when you guys first visited the Nosfori is to the north passageway, or should be to the north passageway, and you know that to the south is where the library is, and where you met your mom before, and some other passageways that direction. Also in here, which isn't on my description but is now present, there is sewage water that is now running through the floor here and is heading out pretty much every door, but has a general direction of flowing from where you're at right now, of flowing north.
So Cordelia, can I take some of these place settings?
Mm-hmm.
I take some of the place settings.
Okay.
Interesting. It's fog of war. I think that's why they I heard y'all talking about the carp last time. I think it's just fog of war. We can't see too far away because now.
Yeah.
That's why we can and can't see things that are too far away. I'm sure you're already figuring that out. It's just
yes.
All right. Cool.
Okay. Cool. So you can take the silver or the golden ware off the table.
Yeah, dude, it's gold.
Yeah. Shove it into your bag. You do get a better idea of the two bodies. They have bite marks along their necks. Some of them are scarred over. Some of them are very fresh.
Are these people alive?
No, they are dead.
Okay.
2 are dead.
Super dead.
And
these guys are dead.
Just regular or un?
It's not moving.
May I make a medicine check to determine if they are regular dead or undead?
Sure.
Sweet. Not that one.
Not that one.
Where's my medicine? 15?
15. They do not. They're not stirring at all.
They're just dead.
They're just dead.
Yeah, they don't know
that's good.
turn their cattle.
Right. So as we're going through here, are we just are we gonna stop and chat, or we just attack whoever might before they attack us?
Well, anyone who is going to be on our side is going to be pre-warned that we're coming.
Yeah.
So it shouldn't be hard to tell what's what.
Okay.
That's right. Didn't Ashley say he was going to have the people who are supporting you be not here at all?
Mm-hmm.
So I think we can just kill people.
All right. Good to know.
It's fine. I mean, if anyone surrenders, I guess give them the benefit of the doubt. But I'm not really attached to anyone who would stick around for this.
Got it. All right. Well, should we just go through a random door?
Well, it's not like we're going to be super stealthy. They're going to see the water before they see us.
That's true.
Also, Sean, just a reminder, I have a passive perception of 23.
Okay.
Gonna put that up
Just
there.
wanted to throw it.
I'll say with your passive perception, it's going to catch things that might be sneaking around on you. You will have to make active perception checks if you want to look for traps or anything.
Okay, yeah.
All of you, and you gotta tell me when you're looking.
All right. So the water that's pouring in,
Yes.
is it enough that the water walk is causing us to step above where the actual ground is?
Yeah, I think it's not very deep. Here, it's probably at its deepest that it's going to be, and it's moving very quickly through the passageway. But yeah, you guys are standing like a little bit off the ground.
So at least for this room at the moment, like pressure plates aren't something that we need to worry about necessarily. Like when
Probably
water
not.
work, are we like magically weightless, or does like the weight transfer to the bottom of the water? Like in
It depends. I would say it depends on the depth. If it gets to the point where it's like a thinner, like 2 inch thing, then I think the water pressure would increase, and you might set off pressure plates.
Okay. Cool. Yeah.
Deeper the water, the more it'll disperse. So anyway, as far as the passageways, you have one to the east, one to the kind of southwest corner, one to the north. You guys, I think the only thing you might notice, and I'll give Pilar this because you got the higher passive perception. First of all, do you guys have any light source? Because some of you don't have
Some
dark
of us can't see.
I don't.
One of you doesn't have dark vision.
As in, I don't have a light source. I do have dark vision.
I can make us a light source. I think the real question is, are we using one? Otherwise, I can't see anything.
Oh, Cordelia, don't you have that spell that you did back in the caves to be able to see? Wait, was that even a spell?
No, wasn't a spell. Lasts for about 10 minutes. So
Great. I think you do. Yeah, you do.
Oh, thank you.
Great.
If you're not a human,
Or a
think-
halfling.
and
Or
a
a dragon
halfling.
one.
Oh, Dragonborns too. Yeah. Yep.
So the question is, can I light something up? Or
We're not being stealthy anyway.
okay,
Yeah.
I'll light it up.
Light 'em up.
Okay, you light up that kind of crimson glow that comes off your neck, radiates off your necklace. Does give you enough light to see. All right, I'll mark that you have a light source.
I have an aesthetic.
I love it.
But Pilar, you do notice, for the most part, nothing stands out to you as far as any direction to go. To the east, though, that passageway, you do get this sense of like a warmth and humidity coming from that direction.
Hey, I think there are like living things down that way, probably. It is like the air there is warmer and wetter.
Was that the direction we want to go, or do we want to go in the opposite?
Do vampires even give out warmth and humidity?
Humidity, yes, in my experience. But warmth? Less so.
Well, that's what I got for you. Do with it what you will.
Cold, sweaty vampire. No, I don't
Clammy.
know. Amelia, whatever, anything in this seem familiar? Where would your mother be?
Well, if I have a mind to head toward her study and the library, because if she was going to make a dramatic scene, she might, spin around in her chair and all that.
Yes, and if there's water incoming, perhaps she's trying to save her books from water damage. So, that's also an option.
All right, which way is that?
Anything else that you can think of?
Either that or the Grand Hall. After that, I can orient myself a bit more. Everything's a bit shifted.
Yeah, and that passageway leading to the east is not one that you've seen before.
Yeah, I don't know where that goes.
Weird.
Well, I don't know if anyone can sense anything, but I'm just wherever you go, we will follow.
Let's go towards the study.
Okay, so you head south then.
Yes.
All right.
Boink.
So you follow the passageway to the south. You guys can keep going.
These holes are quite shifty.
Yeah, there are lots of kind of closed off passageways and like former hallways and stairs going up and down. A lot of broken down, like rubble filled egresses that you pass by along the way, but the hallway forks south and then east until you make it. I'm just gonna put you guys in the room. To the library or the study where you had your conversation with Cordelia's mother before. At the east and west walls of this room are 20-foot tall bookshelves filled from top to bottom. In the center of this room are 4 reading chairs arranged around 2 low tables, both covered with books as well. 2 doors lead out of this room on the northern and western walls. A passage leading out from the south seems to have collapsed. That passageway leading out to the south, Cordelia, is the direction that your mother's room would have been, the guest rooms, everything that direction. It seems that they have closed that off. But your mother does not seem to be here.
Can I get a sense that there was any recent activity here? Like, no, so go ahead.
Yeah, make a perception check.
Yay. I'll try this one again. 29.
29. Okay. They are looking around the room and looking at the desk. It seems like there would have been people here recently. People are vampires here in this room recently. There are signs that the fireplace might have been recently used, though is now kind of flooded with water. There isn't a lot of dust or anything cluttered around the room. Yeah, it seems like there would have been people here fairly recently.
Well, somebody was just here ish.
Can I do a cursory look around and see if imagine if vampires might, I don't know, perhaps fear other vampires, if they have any items here or weapons that they would be useful against themselves, or like for like a betrayal or anything, like in the desk or something?
Okay, make an investigation check.
Okay, I'm not very good at this, but we will try. 13.
13. Yeah, you look at the around the room, kind of looking in drawers, around like the bookshelves, looking to see if anything is hidden around here. You definitely don't find any weapons. Nothing kind of stashed around. You do, opening up the drawers to the desk, learn that they are empty. Somebody has cleaned or cleared those out.
Well, I'm whatever the clock is right now, I'm afraid it's ticking. I believe your mother might be fleeing the coop, as it were.
Right. Okay. Grand holidays, since they've closed off all the sleeping quarters.
Okay. You go back the way you came.
None of the other doors in here. I know that one was collapsed. There's no other doors in here?
There's one to the north.
Okay.
That's one there.
But we didn't see that from the other side.
No.
Mhm.
Bum, bum, bum.
Where do I go?
Let's try going out through the secret door.
I'll open it.
Okay, you open that door. There's a hallway or a passageway that cuts off to the right. Again, Cordelia, this is not a passageway that you have seen before. This was collapsed last time you were here.
Don't know where this goes, so.
Right.
Okay.
Go down this hallway.
Okay.
Rise up.
The hallway's going to serpentine a little bit. You can keep going. Again, more collapsed and rubble passageways, other egresses that have been closed off. But it looks like this has been recently kind of uncovered, that they've been pulling rubble out of here and sort of excavating it. And eventually you come to the very end, a room that you can enter.
We're gonna
die. From here, why is this? This one's
I'm gonna move the icon really quick, just for me, because I need to. Okay, and then
To clear that little bit
Yes.
of hallway.
Was there something that wasn't lit up?
yes, hold on.
It's a
Sorry, there we
stretch of
go.
hallway.
All right, bringing it back. Sorry, had to do that.
Okay, here, as you approach this room, the air grows warmer and more humid, and you gain this sense that this is where this the sensation is coming from. You all feel it along this way. As you enter, the walls and floor of this room are polished white marble. 3 pillars, spaced in a triangular pattern, support the domed ceiling, and the ceiling appears to have once been painted. However, the paint seems to have long since sloughed away in the humidity. The central feature of this room is a 50-foot diameter recess in the center containing a royal bath. However, the water is far from pleasant and appears to be brackish and contaminated.
Cute. No, I'm sorry. Cute.
It's interesting that this is here.
Yeah, there's a
How
lot
how
here
big
that
is
we-
this pool?
50-foot diameter, 50 feet across.
Ooh.
Oh,
They
step on it. How deep is it?
Okay, you step on it. It's kind of ripples come across it. Do you kind of push down into it to?
Is it too deep to or too murky to see? The
Yeah,
depth?
you can't see the bottom.
Okay.
However, as Basil steps on the water and ripples cascade across, you watch as more ripples begin to appear on the edges of the surface and roil
Basil.
up as 3 massive figures emerge from the water.
Nice.
3 huge hulking zombie ogres rise up from the bath and begin to slough across the water in your direction.
Nice.
And that's where we're going to go and take a break here, and we'll come back to see how that turns out.
Love it.
So be right back, everyone. And welcome back, everyone. So 3 ogre zombies arising from the depths to attack you. And we are entering initiative. Everyone has rolled their initiative checks. Let's do this. Basil, you are first.
Excellent. So they're roughly, one of them is within 30 and the other 2 are within 60.
Yeah,
looks
one
like.
of them's really close to you guys. Yeah, don't worry about that for scale. I just have them on the map. So we'll say
Okay, well, I'll tell you, this is what I want to do. If it's possible to get close enough to cast, we get within 30 feet roughly to like cast Bane on all of them and then like skirt back into the back of the line if I can.
okay. I say you could get Bane on 2 of them, 2 of the 3.
Okay. Yeah. Well, the 2 closest ones I'll roll Bane on.
Okay.
So that's a charisma saving throw.
Okay. Well, they got that in spades. Well, one of them actually rolled fairly decent. That's a 13. That's probably not enough to beat it.
No, it's not, unfortunately. Forgot my DC, but I think it's like 16 or something. Anyway, so they it says it requires a drop of blood, so maybe I'll just take the silver dagger and just like kind of quickly drag it across like a finger or something, kind of like flick some blood that like drips into the water, and then some magical effect like kind of goes up those 2 zombie ogres that is affecting them, and then I kind of skirt back into the crowd and try to.
I like that. Okay, so yeah, those two zombies kind of stagger for a moment. The movements actually seem even more sluggish than they were before, and then you kind of duck backwards away to kind of get out of immediate range of them. Okay, that ends Basil's turn. Sebastian, you're up.
Cool. There's no way they're all within 20 feet of each other.
No.
Okay. So I think then I will just go towards the first ogre and do some punches.
Okay.
So attack number 1. That's a natural 1.
That does miss.
Both my test roll and my first real roll with these new gloves were natural 1s. That's 12 plus what is my new thing? Because I have so much plus to hit.
It's whatever it was originally plus 2.
Yeah. Hold on. What is... I'm trying to figure this out, because my old unarmed strike said plus 7 to hit, but Gloves of Detonation still say plus 7, so it should be a plus 9.
You have a 5 dexterity?
Plus 4 dexterity, plus 3 proficiency. So,
Okay, so 7, 9, yeah.
Yeah, okay, so that's 21 to hit.
Okay, that hits.
So that's gonna be 1d6 plus 6. That's 8 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And let's do bonus action, unarmed strike. That's 22 to hit.
That'll hit.
That's only 1 for a total of 7, but I will use one of the charges to do an explosion.
Okay. So you both make dexterity saving throws.
Mine at advantage.
Yes.
And theirs with a D4 minus.
Roll a d4 for me, Ryan.
Let me get the salsa off my fingers. Sorry.
I succeeded on mine. Got like a 23.
-3.
They roll 0. So that was 7 points of damage for the initial punch, and then what'd you roll for the
4 more bludgeoning.
All right. As there is a as you connect with the third strike, and then there is that your gloves almost seem to light up for a second as those runes pulse, and then there is an explosion at the point of impact that encompasses you and the ogre all at once, and you kind of roll out of the way across the water, able to avoid the effect, but the ogre is caught up in it and is now kind of beaten pretty badly at that point. Okay, cool. That will put it to Cordelia's turn.
That's me. Whichever one is farthest away, I'm gonna cast Ray of Frost.
Okay,
Right.
we'll say that's the non-baned one at this point.
Yeah. 19?
19 will hit, definitely.
It takes...
They have an abysmal armor class, by the way.
Oops. Throwing dice everywhere. That's 12 cold damage, and its speed is reduced by 10 feet.
Not gonna help him at all. Okay. 12 points of damage. Nice. So Ray of Frost hits that one, and as it's coming out of the water, the like the water coming off it or pouring off it begins to freeze around its joints, and begins to move even slower against the current. Okay. Enza.
Okay. As an action, I would like to Hunter Sense one of these creatures. Boop. So I peer at it and magically discern how best to hurt it.
Okay. Learn resistances, vulnerabilities. Okay. They don't have... Let's see. They're immune to poison damage.
Okay.
But otherwise, no resistances or vulnerabilities. Yeah. The only thing I'll give you, it's not necessarily in the confines of that ability, but you have fought zombies before. You do know that they are pretty easy to hurt, difficult to take down. You've experienced it before where they have a hard time actually killing them. So,
Okay. All right. And then as a bonus action, I would like to cast Hunter's Mark at first level on one of them. within range, so within 9 feet, so I can cast it on any of them. I'll do it on the one that Cordelia hit with the Ray of Frost. I will Hunter's Mark that one.
Okay. I'll put a mark on that. Hunter's marked.
Just gonna scooches. There we go.
All right. Anything else?
I'm going to sort of strafe away off to the side and try to where I could get good shots, line of sight on all 3 of them.
Okay. So you can circle around the baths and into the corner of the room.
Yeah.
Cool.
And that is it.
The ogres actually beat someone in initiative.
Yeah, it was me. I rolled a nat freaking 1.
Yeah, that was good.
Okay, so the 2 ogres that are baned are going to push forward. They're going to get within melee of the. Well, one of them is up with Sebastian, so it'll be able to get you. The other one will be able to get in melee with some of the rest of the group. The other one that is slowed and the furthest away has to use its whole turn moving to get anywhere near you. So we'll do 1 ogre zombie attack against Basil. And 1 against Sebastian. So Basil, you first, and this one will have a -4 or a -1d4. Okay, so -1 on this roll. That's 16 minus 1 is 15.
It's a hit.
Okay, that's 16 points of bludgeoning damage to you. As it pulls a large rusted morning star out of the pool along with it and then slams it down on top of you. The other one, Sebastian, is going to go for an attack against you, again at a -1d4 to hit. I don't think that'll matter. That'll be a 9 down to a 7, so that'll miss. Okay, cool. That will end their turns. Back to the top of the round, or no, bottom of the round with Pilar. Yes, you are Pilar.
Sorry, we were talking about chips. So I'm going to, the one that Sebastian had punched and exploded, I'm going to Toll the Dead on it.
Okay. It makes a wisdom saving throw at disadvantage because it's, or no, it takes additional damage because you're
Sure.
thing. Okay, that's right.
But it also gets the -1d4, I think.
I believe it does. Is it a saving throw? Yes, on a saving throw. So wisdom save. That'll fail either way. So it's a bad.
Sweet. Takes 16 necrotic damage.
Nice.
And am I in melee with any of these zombogers?
There's one that's kind of amidst all of you. The only person that's in melee with right now is Basil, though.
Sweet. Then I'm gonna back the H up.
Okay. So you sort of back away from the main group and try to get further out of its range.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Basil, that is back to you.
Wow, that was fast. Okay, let's see, what should I do? Sorry. I'm going to first off, I'm gonna nimble escape, which is a goblin thing, and use my bonus action to get away from the ogre.
Okay.
And then I'm going to well, shit, this isn't great, but I'll just do a sacred flame for now.
Okay. On the one that just attacked you?
So it's a dex save, -2.
That'll bring it to a 2.
All right. So just 4 radiant damage.
Okay. All right. 4 points of radiant damage to the ogre. All right. And you have moved out of its immediate range.
I think it is concentration. So, oh yeah, hold on. Let me. It hasn't mattered for anything yet, but let me roll a con save real quick.
Sure.
Oh man, yeesh, that's bad. All right, yep, Bane's gone.
Yeah, you've lost Bane. I will go ahead You think magic was your ally. That'll be Sebastian's turn.
All right, gonna continue punching this ogre in front of me.
Okay.
First punch, that's 19 plus stuff.
Yeah.
28 to hit.
Yep.
That's much better. That is 11 bludgeoning.
Nice.
It's still up.
Yep. It's looking
Okay.
a little. It's looking bloodied now.
Yep, going to punch again.
Okay.
Another natural one. That D20 is going in jail.
Okay.
And bonus action unarmed strike.
Okay.
17 to hit.
17 will hit.
All right. Another 11 bludgeoning.
Okay. Nice. Yeah, this one's looking kind of rough. As you do another 3 quick strikes, the second one, again, this kind of fighting on water and having this massive creature kind of sloughing through it and causing the ripples, you have to regain your balance, not getting the second punch in, and connect solidly with 2. Yeah, this big motherfucker's starting to fall apart. Cordelia, it's your turn.
Okay, can I try to skirt around the edge of the room and get behind them?
Yeah, I'll say you could skirt around enough right now to get sort of like perpendicular to them from where you entered.
Great.
But sort of off to the side.
Great, I do that. I'm gonna cast Burning Hands
Yikes. Okay.
on them. Dexterity saving throw.
I caught in it.
Well, no.
I'll say, here's what I'll say. You can get 2 of them without getting Sebastian. You can get all 3 of them, but you have to get Sebastian in it.
Look out, Sebastian!
Yep. I'm a
yell.
Dexy boy.
Okay. So yeah, the 3 of them will make dexterity saving throws.
As will I. I'm going to use my chat given inspiration from last time.
Okay.
I'm a Dexy boy, he said.
That's much better. That's 19.
Yeah, that
Okay.
saves.
And then you don't take any damage on the success. Go to roll damage, Cordelia.
No, it's half on a success.
Well, but with evasion,
Oh,
I
for
get
you
it.
specifically. Okay. Did you say what they rolled?
2 of them failed. One of them rolled a 16.
That's my DC. It's 16.
Okay, so one of them succeeds somehow.
I rolled so good. 16 fire damage.
Okay, 16 to 2 of them, and 8 to. Okay. All right. Burst of flame kind of coats the top of the pool. You do see at this point that the pool itself, where the fire hits, actually catches on fire and begins to sort of burn above it like alcohol. You gain the point that this water is very polluted. So yeah, it's not great. I'll say that's going to be the end of Cordelia's turn. Enza, it's your turn now.
Okay. As a bonus, I am going to Slayer Spray. The one has already been Hunter's Marked. And then I'm going to pew pew at it.
Okay.
I'm coming for you. So first attack is 22 to hit.
Hits.
And the second one is 19.
Hits.
Okay, so they both hit. Okay.
And which one are you shooting at?
You got the one that's Hunter's Marked.
The Hunter's Mark.
One in the middle.
Yes.
Okay,
boy.
so that is numbers. 8, 10, 16, 20 piercing for the first shot. I love Enza. And a 12 for the second shot.
Okay. Yikes. That one went from very close to full health to very bloodied right now with 2 shots that blow massive holes in it. You can see some of the bone breaking kind of jutting out through the wound. Yeah, is not looking good. Nice. That'll be the Ogre Zombie's turn. So all 3 of them are going to be within melee at this point. So we're gonna do an attack against Sebastian. You're the only person still in melee. So it's gonna do one against you, and then I'll figure out who the others are gonna go for. Jeez, can't hit you though. It's an 8 to hit, so it's gonna miss. The other ones, I think one of them's gonna go for Cordelia with the big flaming burst of fire.
Does the fire hurt it? Is it burning his feet?
I'll say they are all gonna take. You can roll me another 1d6 in the end of your turn, and it'll do another fire damage, fire damage to them. But we'll get to you first.
So moving through, would I get an opportunity attack on this one?
I'll say no on this. So this is one of the others. Oh wow, that's a 22 to hit.
Let me check my high wizard AC. Yes.
I don't know if it's close enough where you can shield it, but
nope. No,
right.
it is not.
That'll be 11 bludgeoning damage.
Yikes. Okay.
Wait, is Cordelia wearing the cloak of displacement we just got?
Did
We
anyone?
never decided.
Yeah, I never
We
decided.
said
Oh, I
Enza
assumed
had
she
it
did.
because she found it. And
Yeah.
that was the end of the discussion.
Oh, what? I tried back. Okay.
We'll say it's still in the bag right now. You guys can decide. Somebody put it on after this
Okay,
fight.
after this.
Yeah.
I say.
Okay. Go to roll d6 though.
Oh yeah. 6.
Nice. Okay, so I'll take another 6 points of fire damage this turn.
Fire walking.
And we'll say the fire kind of burns out after that.
Aw.
Okay. And the last one who hasn't got hit yet. I think the last one is going to chase down Pilar. I think it sees you running away.
Oh, good.
And goes towards you.
Is this one going to provoke an opportunity attack?
Please.
No.
Come on.
Nope. That's a natural 20.
Yeah, that does hit me.
I think that hits. That's gonna be 21 points of bludgeoning damage.
Ouch.
Okay. That's the end of their turn though, and it's Pilar's
like-
turn now.
Is it punching or does it have a weapon of some sort?
They all have morning stars.
Oh,
Ouch.
cool. You
Yeah,
said
big
21?
old spiky, 21. Big old rusted metal morning stars. Pilar's turn though.
Oh, good. Ow! I'm gonna toll the dead on him.
Okay.
Get him.
That'll be a wisdom save.
Mhm.
It's a fail.
Great. Let me roll that damage for you. Okay.
Oh, I thought like 3D more.
Yeah, 14 necrotic damage.
Nice. 14 points of necrotic damage. That one is now bloodied too.
Well, great. I'm gonna, for my bonus action, I raise up my hands and kind of skirt around it to one side and go, help!
Okay. Basil, back to you.
Jeez, this isn't. There's so many things I can do, but I don't want to burn it already. So I'm just gonna go to the closest one. I'm gonna give it a stab.
Okay. Also, that's the one that's by Pilar right now.
Okay, I'm gonna stab it, and then I will then I will nimble escape back away. But that's going to do 6 or 21 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
6 piercing damage, and why not? I'll do Fury of the Small.
Okay.
I can deal extra damage. It's equal to my level, so an extra 8 damage.
Nice. That's furious. Okay. You run in, stab, and then Basil comes in as your savior, stabs it really quick, like shanks in the back, and then runs away. All right, Sebastian, it's your turn. The one in front of you is real bad.
Yeah, gonna try and put him down. So punch 1. 16 to hit.
Hits.
7 bludgeoning.
All right, he'll make a save here. 7 bludgeoning, you said?
Mm-hmm.
7 plus 0, damage taken will succeed on that one. So looks like it should have gone down, but it's still up.
All right, gonna punch him again.
Okay.
Stay down. Oh, does an 11 hit?
11 hits.
So I have to roll a nat 1 to miss.
I think pretty much all of you have to roll a nat 1 to hit to miss. It has an armor class of 8.
Yep. So that is 9 bludgeoning now.
Okay. Get DC 14. That time it goes down. So you hit him the first time, and you see this his arm kind of goes limp as you break the kind of the supporting ligaments of it kind of begin to rupture and snap off. He goes to swing back again as he kind of again holding on to the last vestige of life, and you skirt around the side and make one decisive blow towards the spine, and as you do, the whole like top half of his body kind of cracks off and then plummets into the water. Okay.
For my bonus action, I have to decide, do I go after the one going after Cordelia or after Pilar?
That is your choice to make.
Cordelia appears very dismissive. Which one looks worse off?
I got it.
Which ogre or which person? They're both almost at the same. They pretty much look the same at this point.
I look hurter.
Yeah.
And I'm your flesh and blood.
Yeah, I think Sebastian visibly takes a second looking between the two to decide, and then...
And that's the end of his turn. I'm just kidding. No.
That's the end of our friendship.
If Cordelia makes some kind of signal, like...
I mean, she doesn't. She's fighting an ogre.
Yeah.
I think he's going to go after the one after Cordelia, because Basil just jumped in at the one on Pilar. Enza's over there.
Okay.
All
Your
right.
head was the one that fighting Cordelia. Go ahead and make your attack.
One bonus unarmed strike, and watches this is a nat 1. Nope, that hits. It is not a nat 1.
Okay, yeah, pretty much not a nat 1 at this
Yeah,
point.
that is 7 more bludgeoning.
All right. Pilar will remember this. All right. It is Cordelia's turn now.
Uh-oh.
And I think Sebastian would have, assuming with the movement, positioned himself next to Cordelia so that in case she does another, fiery hands, he's not in the line of fire.
Ugh, he's like right up in my face. I'm gonna cast Vampiric Touch on the big mean.
Okay.
He hurt me. I'm gonna hurt him back. Maybe. Natural 20.
Natural 20.
Yes.
All right.
Nice. My big dice. How many is that? It's going to be 66. Wait, I need to know because I heal half of it. 10, 16, 19, 20.
20 points of damage.
Yep.
It's a critical hit, right?
Yep.
That one is dead.
And I
I'll put a little X over it. All
almost all the damage he did to me.
Yeah, you heal what, 10 back?
Yes.
Cool. Yeah, you grip onto him with that sort of necrotic wreathed hand, and as he kind of sinks into the ogre flesh, you see any amount of life and kind of like the still kind of unliving parts of it begin to wither and dry up as you pull that life force into yourself, and then the ogre just topples over, desiccated and not moving. Cool.
Turn around towards wherever the other one is.
Is there a big old splash when they fall into the water?
Yeah, just kind of, and the whole thing ripples a bit.
Nasty water on my suit.
The water doesn't look great or healthy to be on you. So good thing you guys are floating above it. Enza, it's your turn now.
Okay. I would like to interpose myself between the ogre and Pilar.
Somebody here cares about me. Including Basil.
And pull out my shotgun and hit it point blank.
Okay, take your shot with the shotgun.
All right. I need 2 shots. That's a dirty 20 for the first one.
Okay.
And
That'll
second
hit.
shot is more than that.
Also hits.
Okay, shotgun is 2d6. I'll roll this one. All right. Okay, so 2 piercing for the first one. No, wait, 2, so 5 piercing.
5 piercing.
Yeah, for the first one, and 6, 7, 10 piercing for the second shot.
Have you been adding?
Okay. Did you move your hunter's mark to it?
Would getting to her take a was she close
It's
enough
just
that I could get there with my movement?
Yeah, just your movement. So you
Okay, then yes, for my bonus action,
Okay.
I would
Then
move
add-
that over,
Yeah.
and then that's another d6, so another 1.
Okay. Yikes. Okay, 2 quick shots into that, like point blank in the ogre, blowing off huge chunks of its rotting flesh. It is still up, but it is its turn now,
Pilar swoons.
and it's gonna swing around on you, Enza.
Bring it.
I've been saved.
It's only a 12 to hit though, so
Nope.
anticlimactic. He swings around on you with a morning star, and you just you duck down as you take your last shot with your shotgun. It just passes overhead and then slams into the water behind it, causing this huge splash of this ichor across the rest of the room. Pilar, your turn.
Yep. First of all, I would like to thank Basil and Enza for getting me to this point. No. I am going to... It's right next to me still. There's not much I can do. I'm going to toll the dead on it.
Okay, wisdom save. He fails.
Oh, perfect. What is the damage on it?
Bing.
Click. And no, just roll it. Just roll it. Click.
Roll that damage. Wait for it.
Wait for it. 14 necrotic damage.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, I have a connectivity issue here for a second. Okay. Ogre is still up.
I can't bonus action hurt it.
Nope.
So I go, man. Oh, jeez.
Basil, it is your turn. This ogre is just hanging on right now.
All right, I'll try another dagger. 22 to hit for
hits.
5 piercing damage.
Okay, he's gonna make a save. That's 5, DC 10. It succeeds. Still up.
Okay. Once again, I nimbly crawl. I slowly crawl back down the ogre and then run away.
Yeah, you leap up onto it, kind of stab it a couple times, and it starts to kind of fall apart, and it looks like it's about to collapse into the water, and then just keeps its balance. And Basil just leaps off and runs away again. Sebastian, is your turn.
Okay. Giving Cordelia a quick thumbs up. So proud of you. Runs over, just full speed, and is gonna Superman punch the zombie ogre in the back of the head.
Okay.
That hits.
Okay, we don't worry about damage. Or no, you do have to worry about damage because the dispatcher and the save.
9 bludgeoning.
9 bludgeoning. Okay, that'll be enough. Fails to save there.
Okay.
So you come running up behind it, Superman punch again right into the mid back. You hear the spine crack against it, and then as its head kind of lolls off to the side, it begins to tumble forward over onto Pilar, who just barely sidesteps it out of the way, and then right into the water, causing another massive ripple to fill this room.
Oh boy.
And that ends the combat.
Well, that was super gross.
Everyone okay?
Yes, thank you, Basil. Thank you, Enza.
Same time.
Well,
Expecting more creatures like that? Have you seen those before around here, Cordelia?
No. Ew.
Yeah.
It seems Mother's dropped her standards a bit.
So, next room then?
I guess. Well, there's 2 doors in here.
Let me go spell at them.
But also we have that cloak if we want to take.
Somebody want to put on the cloak?
What does it do? What is it?
It's the cloak of displacement, so it creates an illusory version of yourself that everything has disadvantage on you until it hits you, and then it resets at the start of your turn. So it's pretty good for not getting hit.
Okay. We are in a cloak of protection.
I have a stole. I don't want to wear a cloak and a stole. That's just so gauche.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think you should put that on, Cordelia. First of all, it's really cool. Second of all, I want you to stay alive.
Thanks, me too.
Now I'm gonna go smell at some doors.
If no one objects.
Yeah, go for it. You should wear it.
Okay.
Wait, does it match my suit?
If it's black. It's kind of a purplish black.
Okay, then it's fine.
Okay, you go smell. I'm going to move you guys here so you can just see this yourselves. You go smell at the door. These places just connect.
They're going to have to remind me that I have this.
I will.
These passages both head back to the same.
Oh, hey, these actually both go back to. Remember when I said it like seemed wet and warm? Yeah, that's the same room we were at before.
Oh, good.
So let's go to the other door that we didn't go to yet.
You can all imagine why I hated living here as a kid.
The shifting hallways or the ogre butlers?
I thought you were going to say ogre butts.
Ogre butts.
Take your pick.
Sounds like butts. All right. Well, then, let's go back to that first room.
Tally ho!
Oh, move us. Beep, 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 beep. Maybe. Oh,
I grab a couple more place settings.
as we go past it.
Are the two corpses still there?
Yes, they are still there.
Okay, just checking.
I'm telling Pilar along the way, like, no, don't. No, those are the cheap ones.
They're better than what I have, and I could probably
take
sell them
those.
for some. Oh, these? Oh, okay.
Okay. You head all the way back, and this is a place that actually I think most of you, except for Basil, are familiar with. Since the last time you were here visiting Stragus. This is the Grand Hall. You see this once grand foyer has decayed under years of neglect and natural erosion. Half of the north end of the hall has collapsed, and the remaining structure is supported by 4 stone pillars. Each pillar is decorated with engravings of winged griffins, though almost too eroded to make out. 2 passageways lead out of this room from the south, one of which you are currently coming through. So if there's another kind of passage around to the right, which all of you know heads kind of back towards the stairs that lead up out of this place. There are also some more passages back that direction. Cordelia, you would know that. Pilar.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, let me check this.
What do my elven eyes see?
Your elven eyes. Yeah, so you see some shadows moving towards the ceiling, up around like one of the pillars.
No thanks. I would like to Eldritch Blast them.
Okay. Shoot first, add question later. All right, go ahead and roll an attack.
Yeah, I'll try. I'm just saying, we're going through underground tunnels in a very spoopy underground. I think, natural 20 on the first one. I think Pilar would shoot first, be like, movement, bam!
Okay.
And what's the water situation down here? Has it progressed at all? Or is it safe?
Yes, there is water, kind of a low, very shallow pool of water that is covering the bottom of this room.
Natural 20 for the first one, 16 to hit for the second one.
Okay. The natural 20 will definitely hit.
Sweet.
Go ahead and roll damage on that one.
Sweet. It was 7 force damage.
Okay. 7 was a force damage. Let me just... All right. So the as you hit the shadow, it kind of ducks around the pillar on the other side, and you hear kind of a hiss echo all of you throughout this as you see Pilar just shoot up at the ceiling.
Shadows!
and followed quickly by a voice that carries out towards all of you. It's good to see you again, Cordelia.
Oops.
I don't know if you remember me. It's been some time since I visited last. I was hoping I might be able to speak with you a bit before we, well, resorted to such primitive negotiating tactics.
Excuse me, that's a pretty, like, up there trick, and I was very spooked.
And you see kind of walking around the pillar and kind of walking along the side of it, a human-looking figure, tall, very thin, obviously a vampire, wearing a...
What? There are vampires here?
Wearing a sort of maroon suit. He has a white hair and a closely cropped white beard, though his age wouldn't really indicate that such level of kind of like graying to his hair. You know his name. It's been a long time since you've seen him, but he is sort of a higher up, a noble amongst the Nosfori. You know him as Lord Winters.
Well, perhaps it'd be easier to talk if you weren't crawling around on the ceiling and such.
He gestures down towards the floor. He says, "It doesn't seem you and your friends here have left us many options there."
Me? Never.
I assumed something was amiss when your brother came by earlier. And after the flooding, well, it wasn't difficult to put two and two together. I imagine your mother is having a conversation with him right now. Some discipline, I'm sure, is in order.
I don't imagine she'll be too hard on her favorite. Is there something I can help you with, my lord?
Well, I was going to advise that you and your companions here leave as quickly as possible and in the way you came.
Oh, I don't remember appointing you as one of my advisors.
That isn't your place to decide, child.
It will be when we're done here.
It's a shame. You had such potential.
I have a lot more than you'd think. I always took you for a wise old man. Surprised to see you've chosen the wrong side.
He smiles at that. He says, "Well, we'll just have to see about that then, won't we?" I'd like everyone to roll for initiative.
Then I won't be leaving. Gross.
All right.
Am I rolling in person or am I rolling digital?
I don't know.
Rolling in person.
To clear the tracker, or are we just gonna overwrite what we have?
It should overwrite what you have.
Okay. Here we go.
Cool.
I guess
Dang, Basil.
I'm already there. I don't need to roll a new one.
Why roll an advantage if I'm using my better each time?
Yuck.
Okay. Look at my thing.
Good thing I rolled in person.
Good thing you did.
Okay, it's not letting me overwrite. That time it stayed.
One better.
The cousins are twinsies.
Oh.
All right.
Oh, mine didn't stay. Hold on.
All right. Why didn't it order itself? Sending. I guess Basil is first again.
Quick boy. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to invoke duplicity.
Okay.
And which means that, like, kind of stepping out from Basil is another Basil. As it requires my action to do that. And let's see what else we can do. I think we just kind of like you said there was 4 columns near. I think so. Another Basil steps out from Basil, and then they both go in separate directions, like behind 2 pillars.
Behind 2 pillars. Okay.
But yeah.
All right. Is that your action to do that?
That's an action to do that, and I don't think there is a bonus action that I can use right now. So, yep, that's it.
Okay. That will put it to Lord Winter's turn. He is going to where is... Sorry, this isn't coming up well.
Oh no, he dies.
Again?
I think it's just moving real slow right now. Okay, yeah. He is going to run across down the pillar towards the ground. And actually, no, he's not going to do that. He's going to stay up. He just actually ducks out of sight around one of the pillars. That's all he's going to do this turn. But he's going to stay up in the air. Nothing at range. Okay, Pilar, it's your turn.
Sebastian, do you want to go first because your dex is guaranteed better than mine?
Yeah. So how tall up are the pillars?
About 40 feet.
Okay. All right. Trying to think what I can do. Well, I will move underneath, not directly underneath the pillar, but kind of move around to get line of sight on the pillar that he attempted to hide behind.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you kind of run along the water at the bottom and come around the pillar, so kind of flanking at both sides. You can see him up there again, still standing near the top along the pillar.
Yep. Not a whole lot I can do. Let me double check how far can I throw the dynamite. Yeah, I can throw dynamite up to him. So I'm going to take one of my 2 sticks and toss it his way.
Okay. Is it a dexterity saving throw on his end?
Yes.
Right. All right. Dexterity saving throw. It's a 16. I think that succeeds.
Yeah, so we'll take half damage on this.
Okay.
That's pretty good roll. That's 11. So,
right.
And half is 5 or 6.
All right. So you toss the dynamite into the air. It explodes right next to him. There's this flash of light as this happens, and he does take some damage from that.
Yeah, and then I think I will spend a key point to do patient defense. So, bonus action dodge.
Okay. Okay. Cordelia, it is your turn.
Actually, it's my turn.
Did I skip you? Oh,
no, she was above because her dex.
They're all the same thing.
Yeah.
They're all
okay. So I'm going to hex him, a hex upon him.
Okay.
I'm going to hex his wisdom in the hopes that will affect his ability to perceive which one of the Basils is the real Basil.
Okay.
And I'm going to Eldritch Blast him again because it's no cheap parlor trick.
Get him.
Okay. I'm
Okay.
going to roll to hit. It's going to be these ones.
Those two.
Well, great. Okay, 16 and 20.
All right. They both hit.
Ooh, sweet. Hold on. Sorry, that's not to hit. That's just so I can get the damage. I don't know what it is, so. Click. And click. 2 and 2. So 4 force damage. And hex damage. Wait!
Wait, there's more.
But wait, there's more. I can't scroll on this laptop because Macs are difficult.
Look at mouse. You want to use that?
Okay. It is an amount of damage equal to 5 necrotic damage.
Okay.
And
So
that's my
9
turn.
total.
Yes.
All right.
4 force, 5 necrotic. Okay. And I'm done.
Okay. I'll say at the end of your turn, before Cordelia goes, he's going to use a legendary action, and he is going to move down the pillar until he is right next to where Sebastian is at the base of it. Cordelia, your turn.
Firebolt.
All right. Take your shot.
Him. I say, well, don't expect me to accept your surrender. Roll a 19 to hit.
That'll hit.
Just always throwing dice on the floor. That is 7 fire damage.
All right. 7 points of fire damage. Okay.
That's it.
All right. End of your turn. He is going to use another legendary action to make a strike at Sebastian.
At disadvantage because I took the dodge action.
Yes, you did. That'll be an 18.
That still hits.
Okay.
What? I wanted to cutting words it.
Okay. Go
Yes,
ahead and.
I do that.
Okay.
So I'm going to subtract 1d8 from his thing. And I'm going to say, nope, over here. -1. Oh.
That still hits.
Yes. I mean, no. I was prepared for it to work. The yes was in my mind. I'll just lay over here.
He is not going to do damage to you. Instead, he is going to grapple you.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
I knew it. I knew strength. I knew it.
You not switch it once it's been done?
No.
Oh.
That will end that legendary action. Enza, it's your turn.
Okay. I would like to splash him with holy water.
I was like, rage? Oh.
Okay, so you're gonna throw the holy water vial at him.
I'm gonna get close because he's sort of. Yeah, I can splash it if I get within 5 feet of him. Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm gonna get close, and he's holding on to Sebastian. I'm just gonna let him go. Throw it at him. Splash it on him. In the case, make a ranged attack against the target. Okay. So I guess I make an attack, and I just add.
Yes.
Okay, so it's an improvised weapon. So. Well, okay, so 5.
Okay. To hit, that does not hit.
I guess.
Well, what's the thing? So it says it does.
It says make a ranged attack.
Okay, so
I'm like
you can
walking out to him and throw it on him. That seems okay.
treat the
That's
whole as
what
an
it is.
improvised weapon. It's hard to that takes 2. Yeah.
And I
So
rolled a 2.
You're not proficient with radiant. You can add your dexterity or your dexterity to it, but you can't add your proficiency bonus. So
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
No, I
All right,
just
yeah.
missed.
That does not hit. It kind of sails out into the into the water and then smashes on the ground on some of the rocks. Okay.
And then I'm gonna bonus action Slayer spray him.
Okay. That'll put it to Basil's turn.
Okay. I'm going to Yep. But I'll try this. Seeing what's going on. My illusion steps out behind from one of the pillars, and I can actually cast through my illusions with this thing. Assuming that I can see it, I have to see it with my own eyes. But I'm gonna cast Sanctuary on Sebastian.
Okay. So put the text thing.
Oh, it's only a bonus action. Sweet. I can do a couple things with this thing. All right. So basically, dude's got to pass a wisdom save before he does whatever he's going to do to Sebastian.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna run forward with my dag with the illusion.
Okay.
If both of my illusion and I are both within 5 feet, we get advantage. Due to I'll put the thing in the chat so you can read it, but it's part of my channel divinity thing. So we're gonna stab it with advantage. 15. That's probably too low.
Yeah, it does not hit.
Yep. Okay, and I already burned my bonus action, so I'm just gonna stick there and pray for the best.
Okay. Then at the end of your turn, he's going to use his last legendary action for that round, and he is going to move again, holding on to Sebastian, and half his movement speed. So he's going to move 15 feet up the wall, clutching Sebastian in one hand as he does.
Okay.
At the start of his turn, though, he's going to use his action, and he's going to look down towards Enza, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, that's why you're saying no.
No!
All right, wisdom.
You hold on. Let me see.
Wisdom save?
Yeah, make a wisdom save.
All right.
You got this, you got this, you got this.
Oh, 20.
Nice.
So 23.
Okay. He looks down towards you, and there's this moment where you lock eyes, and you feel this draw towards obedience towards him. But you are able to shake it off and avoid the effect.
Enza is a free orc.
That's going to end his turn. He's going to move another 15 feet up the pillar, so now it's 30 feet off the ground holding Sebastian. Pilar's turn.
So Sebastian, would you like to go first?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and give it a shot. So I'm going to
permanently doing where Sebastian's going to go first.
Probably.
Yeah,
okay, let's just do it that way then.
Because my deck should be higher.
I think it's just because I typed it in after you did.
Yeah.
Okay.
So gonna start by just trying to. He has me grappled. I'm gonna try and punch him in the head still.
Okay.
21 to hit.
21 will hit.
So that's going to be 10 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And then I may finally get to use this. I'm going to use my tavern brawler feat. When you hit a creature with an unarmed strike or an improvised weapon on your turn, you can use a bonus action to attempt to grapple the target. So I want to try and reverse the grapple so that I'm the one in control.
Okay, you'll just both be grappling each other. So that he'll still have you grappled, but if you're successful in Now, is it a check to grapple him, or is it just you?
I assume I still need to attempt to grapple the target. So
okay, so you make an athletics check versus his athletics or acrobatics.
That's a dirty 20.
Okay, he will make. Doesn't matter. It's the same check either way. 21. I don't know why that didn't.
Well, that's a saving throw.
It's the same either way. It's +4. It's +4. I just hit that instead.
Okay. Then I will just continue with my attack action and punch him in the face.
Okay.
So one more attack. 16 to hit.
16 will hit.
Okay. I'm going to roll the damage and expend one more charge from the glove. From the gloves, so he'll need to make a dex save.
Okay.
As will I, but I have advantage.
That's an 18 for him.
Okay, which will succeed, so we'll take half damage on the 2 from the bludgeoning, from the explosion. The 1, but from the punch he took 10 more bludgeoning.
10.
And
Okay.
now my save on that 2 damage. Yeah, that's a dirty 20, so no damage for me.
Nice. Okay. So still trying to wrestle with him as he's like his nails are like digging into your shoulder as he's just holding you one-handed off the ground. He is you punch him a couple times, getting in some solid hits. You are noticing at this close range he is healing, but he is not healing, or he's taken a little bit of damage at this point. Elar, it's your turn. Oh, and the sanctuary is off because you attacked.
Okay. I am going to pull out my violin. It turns into it goes all white and like has little frills on it, almost like ionic.
What is
it
it
called?
doing?
Like architecture, like the little whorls.
Columns.
Yeah.
Ionic.
Yes. Okay. I was like, that's science. No. Okay. That's what it looks like. And I cast protection from evil and good upon Sebastian.
On Sebastian. Okay.
Yep. And so, undead creatures have disadvantage on attack rolls against him.
Okay.
And he also cannot be charmed, frightened, or possessed by them.
Okay. Good to know.
That is my action, and that is my turn.
Okay. At the end of your turn, I guess I'm going to go and do this then. He's going to take 2 legendary actions to attempt to make a bite against you, Sebastian. He will be at disadvantage for it. It's only a 15.
Misses.
Okay. He's unable to get you with that. That will put Cordelia's turn.
Can I get to Enza?
Yes, you can.
Great. I'm gonna go to Enza. I'm gonna cast flame arrows.
Yes.
On her
Boop.
gun.
Oh, they're gone.
I have this pretty one that I use for the flames.
It's so pretty.
Yeah, it's so sparkly.
These sparkle. And now I get to use it.
And then I'm going to get out of the way.
Okay.
That's it.
Enza, is your turn now.
Oh, okay. I'm going to shoot at him.
Yes.
With my new fire gun. All right, first shot. I've already slowly sprayed him.
so close.
10. Probably doesn't hit.
10 does not hit.
Okay, and second one, that's better. 17
17 does hit.
does hit. Okay, cool. So I get to do this and Slayer spray, and then okay. So 18 piercing and 5 fire.
Okay.
And that is it. I just shoot at him.
All right, 21 points. Cool. So you take 2 shots with these flaming bullets streaking up, missing Sebastian barely, but hitting the vampire. He seems a little bit thrown off by that, having mostly shrugged off most of your hits at this point, and then taking a lot of damage from that. Doesn't seem very happy. At the end of your turn, he is going to make another just claw attack against Sebastian. Disadvantage. Come on. Okay, there we go. Nope, only a 12, so that misses. Okay, Basil, it's your turn.
Man, I just don't have very good things for this. So I'm just going to try to shoot it with the revolver, and kind of take a shot. Nope, it's a miss with a 12.
Yeah.
And then I just kind of hide because I can't really nothing I have is going to be good for this.
Okay. That's gonna be his turn, and looking at the circumstances changing a little bit, he calls out towards you, Cordelia, and says, "I'll let your mother know you're here." And he lets go of Sebastian, and is going to use his action to, you see his form kind of deteriorate, and he turns into this mist-like substance, and begins to fly up towards the ceiling and through the cracks in the ceiling.
Dang it.
I'm debating between using my reaction to punch the mist and using it to break my fall. Should probably break my fall.
That is your choice.
Yeah, let me just double check. But yeah,
Dang it. I could have made this a jail for him. I didn't think he'd bail so soon.
no, I will go ahead and break my fall.
Okay. You wouldn't take enough damage, I don't think, with 3d6 to even.
Yeah, I block 32 damage.
Yeah, no way. So yeah, you land effortlessly on the ground, and he disappears.
All right, let's go. Let's catch him.
Yeah.
Good luck. Unless you can phase through the ceiling.
What do you think?
There's a door here.
Yeah, we try to follow him on foot.
Yeah. If at first you can't phase, I'd take the stairs.
I know that one.
Okay.
Okay.
So I guess we go back through this door?
Running.
Running. We're running. We're running.
Why not run?
Why not? Why not?
Okay.
Something to keep an eye out for any traps along the way.
I'd like to sniff.
Okay, you Sebastian. Okay, so wait, the sniffing and so you're doing a visual perception check, Sebastian, and Pilar, you are trying to smell for anything.
Or that's just me being dumb. It's seeing or hearing.
Okay.
Oncoming enemies is what I'm looking for. I don't know if my passive perception still applies or not.
Okay, you're looking for people though.
Yes.
Okay, and you're looking for traps, Sebastian.
Yep.
Any antagonistic parties, people or not.
Sure. Just
Am I rolling or is that my passive?
Yes. No. So make a perception check. For you are actively telling me you are, so you can make a perception check for it.
21.
21.
I got a 5.
5. Okay. So you reach this point in the hallway. Passage forks off north continues east and west. You to the north of you, you hear the sound of chains rattling and a faint scent of decay. Pilar.
Mm-hmm.
To where the west would be, Cordelia, you know that leads towards the stairwell that leads up to the hospital. In the direction that you hear the chains, though, actually, as you hit this this intersection here, Sebastian, you're keeping a lookout for traps. You don't see a symbol on the ground, though, as you step onto a glyph which illuminates. And I'm checking the radius here.
Oh no.
Why does it not say?
It's a radius of 0. It goes nowhere.
Yeah, wow. That's so fortuitous. It just lights up.
No, 20-foot radius sphere. Okay, that's going to be all of you.
Mm-hmm.
I need everyone to make a dexterity saving throw.
Dex save. This is
11.
That's good.
Also an 11.
Fail.
Oh no.
I'm
Okay.
scrolling.
Dex
24.
14.
Success.
5.
Fail. Those of you that fail take 13 points of lightning damage.
Ooh. Did 14 fail?
No, 14 succeeded.
Okay.
You two take half.
Of
14.
13. So you'll take 6.
Okay, and with evasion, I get the half damage.
Yeah, you take 6 as well.
Ouch. Well, there are chains this way, there's stairs this way. Readily chained, smells really gross.
And
we
running is doing us no good.
Yeah, apparently not. We should be more careful.
Like I said.
I mean, that kind of hurt.
It did. I am quite harmed. Probably about 50% of my vitality, if I had to put a number on it. But also, I feel like we're on a little bit of a time crunch. A, let us review. A, Ashley is being harmed currently, probably going to die. B, I don't want to fight 2 vampires at the same time. Probably will have to. But the less time I give them, the less revived milords will be.
Then maybe we should have been more careful in the first place and not just run off down hallways and fired off shots at everything that moved.
All right, what would you like to do?
I would like to make a plan and not just run off down a hallway. So,
All right.
if we can tell which direction he was heading, we should go that way. Carefully. Because they're gonna know we're coming.
Yeah.
I'm reading, but I can't sense where things go.
He went straight up into the ceiling. So should we take these stairs?
Goes up into the hospital.
I was worried about that. But yeah, if that's where he was headed, that's maybe where your mom is.
I'll give you this, Cordelia. You know, he probably couldn't have gotten all the way up to the hospital going through the ceiling there. You're pretty far underground.
That's good.
But the stairs do go all the way up. Is there a level in between?
No.
Sorry, I'm confused.
No, there's not. I mean,
Me, Savannah, doesn't actually know anything about this place.
just because he went up into the cracks in the ceiling doesn't mean he kept going up. You've seen your mother use this trick before, the mist form. Just they can pass through small spaces like that. So he pretty much could have gone anywhere.
Okay.
Once he got into the walls.
Cool. Yeah, I think we should stay on this level. I don't know he would have gone up that far.
All right, so probably down this hallway then?
The rattly chains, rat hallway.
Are there any exposed pipes or sewers, things that have not yet burst? Like any, fire extinguisher systems or whatever?
Down here, no other pipes or anything. You gather this building or this kind of sub area is essentially what was once like a castle that is actually buried beneath the hospital. So there aren't really any pipes here. The only like source of water that's coming through is what is currently coming in through the hole that was blown up.
Okay, so that's a ridiculous idea.
Play it on us.
So I can control water and change the course of where it's going. If it can go up, it can go in unnatural ways. It can like go up walls and stuff like that. I wonder if this water that's kind of pouring into the floor, I wonder if I can push it up and into the cracks and kind of force your dude out. And we can maybe see where the water's coming out in the ceilings to kind of figure out where the points of exit are for the crack system. basically flush the system. He seems to not love water, especially this water.
I am super into it.
Okay. It's worth a shot. All right. So I'll cast Control Water. And I'm doing pretty much redirecting the flow. Cause the flowing water in an area to move in a direction you choose, even if the water has to flow over obstacles, up walls, or in other unlikely directions. So what I'm hoping to get it up as high as it can. So like once it kind of exceeds the range of my spell, that it will, gravity will pull it down into the cracks and the other parts of this.
Okay, so you guys went back to the where you fought in the Grand Hall.
Yeah, wherever I'll use that water to kind of flush them out, and maybe they can stay where they're at, and I'll try to flush them out wherever they're going.
Okay. I think what check might be good here. I'll just have you make a check with your spellcasting ability modifier.
Okay. Rolling right now. 22.
22. Okay. So you cast the spell. You take the water that's flowing through this room and further into the castle, and you begin to push it upwards as it spirals up the pillars towards the cracks in the ceiling. As you force it through the cracks of the ceiling, it does some of it as you're losing control of it, as reaching the edge. You are seeing they're like kind of flowing out along the edges, along the walls to either side. Those of you that are so some of you stayed in the hallway where you got blown up just a minute ago. You don't see any additional movement there, or any other water kind of flowing around that area. Basil, as you're back in the hall, though, you do hear kind of a dripping noise, water splashing down. And as you turn around, you can see back in the hall with the dining room, you can see water dripping down in that area.
Okay. Are they within earshot of me?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I'll just call them over, and like as I'm focusing, I'd probably not too cavalier, just like really focusing, like, Inza.
Yeah.
The dining room, darling.
All right. I'm gonna head over towards the dining room. So
Okay.
I'm kind of like got my gun ready. I've reloaded and everything. Gonna peer into the dining room.
Okay. You peer around the corner into the dining room. Make a perception check.
Oh, okay. I'll just roll this one. Cool. 10?
10? Okay.
What?
You hear, some people can roll normal numbers of human numbers, real numbers.
I thought it was 11, okay?
You peer into the dining room area, and you see the water dripping down from the ceiling, kind of just above the table, and dripping onto some of the anything metal you guys might have left behind, kind of making a little bit of noise, but you don't see anything else in this room.
Basil, I don't see anything in here. I do see the dripping, though.
Now I'll just call out to the other group. Is like, anything on your end?
Nope.
I'll just keep concentrating and let people look where they want to look.
I can run through quickly, go back all the places we went, see if he's shown up anywhere.
I'll go over to where Enza is and kind of look over her shoulder. See if I can see anything different in there, maybe.
Okay, make a perception check.
Okay. It's gonna be so high. Oh, it's 21.
Okay. Yeah, you don't see anything any different in there.
Yep. Nope, just the dripping.
All right. I think Sebastian's going to start heading back through the hallways and the other rooms we were in, just trying to do a quick loop through.
Okay.
Trying to find him and see if there's any more dripping.
Okay.
And I think
right.
before he goes, he's going to, just say to people, I'm going to sing one of our old, Elven folk songs. If I stop singing, come to where the sound stopped.
You should be okay. But yes, I will listen.
And just going to let out, start singing as he's going through so that they know if I stop singing, something got me.
Okay. You begin to kind of run through the chambers here, heading back towards the library.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You come around into the library, and the water here is built up a little bit more, but it seems like kind of settled. Everything in here seems pretty much the same. Make a perception check for me.
Yep. Hopefully it's better than the 5. Not by much. That's an 8.
Okay. Yeah. Nothing in here. You head back towards the room with the ogre zombies. You can make a perception check in here for me too.
Much better. 19.
Okay. Everything here seems pretty definitely in place. None of the ogre zombies are moving anymore. Everything seems about the way it was the last time you were in here.
Okay. I'll go back into the dining hall and just say, didn't see anything.
No drippy droppies in the ogre part?
No, it seems like the water pretty much the only exit for the water, other than in the ceiling itself, was kind of heading, like funneling towards the dining room.
I have been left alone, so I'm gonna get up to no good.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to sneak towards whatever the creepy chain noises were.
Do it. Stealth check.
Sneak.
It's very good.
Like a shit. Yeah,
24.
24. Okay, you reach the end of the hallway. The door there is sort of cracked open a bit, and there's a little bit of light coming from inside.
Can I see?
Okay.
Finally, there's light.
You peer through. Do you have your light on still?
No, I turned that off for the sneaking.
You peer through the crack of the door, and in here, you see the reek of decay growing stronger as you reach the entrance to this room. Around the corner, you can see a wooden table pushed up against the eastern wall. The table appears stained with blood and has a single black iron chain anchored to its center. The chain is approximately 1 foot long with a leather collar and muzzle on the other end. On the north side of the room, there is a simple cot, trunk, and chair. And in the northwestern side of the room, there is a closed iron-banded door with a ring of keys hanging next to it. Sitting in the chair next to the cot is a sort of, I guess, older-looking man. Appears a little bit weather-worn, and it's probably like whittling something right now.
Do I know him?
Yeah, I think you would. And I think you know where you are right now. That's Davian. He's the Hound Master.
Was he nice to me?
Not really. He is a thrall. So he is under the command of your mother.
Cool. I'm not gonna do anything. Yes, I am gonna do anything. Can I cast Disguise Self on myself to make myself look like my mom?
Okay. You cast Disguise Self on yourself, taking the appearance of Nally Strega. Okay.
Do I know what's behind the door with the keys?
Yes.
What is it?
Your mother keeps a kennel of hellhounds.
Okay. I'm gonna walk in the room.
Okay.
You guys left me alone for like 2 minutes.
We'll get back to them and what they're doing here in a second.
Yes. Walk in the room.
Okay. All right. Yeah,
With an air of I'm supposed to be here.
As you walk in, the man kind of falters for a moment and has this like kind of panicked look for a second, and then seems to recognize who you are, and stands up and sort of bows his head a bit in respect and says, "Lady Strega, what? I wasn't expecting you to be here. How may I help you, my lady?"
I've just come to check on everything. Davian? Darling. It seems if anything is going to get done around here, I must do it myself.
I'm more than happy to help you in anything you need.
Well, first, I'm going to need you to give me the keys to the, cage. And I'm going to need you to remove yourself. It's really not safe here.
Of course, but you shouldn't dirty your hands with this sort of thing. It's beneath you. I'll take care of the dogs. What do you need them for?
Just a little, project I'm working on, but they know me. Yes, they'll follow me. Yes.
Well,
no problems.
As much as any beast can. You've said yourself that they're dangerous, and I can keep them in check. They fear me, but I don't know what they would do if you yourself were to attempt to. I wouldn't want to see any of them harm you, of course, my lady.
Well, then you'll come with me. Perfect.
Okay. I'll take the keys, and he walks over. What's the DC on your? What's your spell save?
It's 16.
16. Okay. Is the investigation check to see through the disguise self?
Yes.
Okay. He heads towards the door and takes the keys, and he like shakes the keys at the door a bit and like barks out an order in infernal towards them, and you can hear on the other side of the door the dog, there's some growling, begin to sort of calm down, and there's some whimpering on the other side.
What did he say? I speak infernal.
Okay, he says heal in infernal, or essentially the equivalent of that.
I'm going to have an army of dogs. You guys just wait.
And begins to unlock the door. The rest of you out in the other rooms, what are you doing?
Looking for spores.
No, it's too soon. I mean, we haven't heard. Seb, it doesn't sound like Seb has found anything, and
yeah, I'll say Sebastian runs his loop and he gets back with all of you.
I think I would quickly poke my head back out through where we entered through the sewers, but I very much doubt he's going to go out that way.
You I guess make a perception check.
6.
Okay, yeah, you don't see anything back that direction.
maybe we should just keep going down that hallway we saw.
I don't know. Do you think that's a good idea, Cordelia? 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 Bueller?
Where'd she go?
Well, apparently standing still was also not a good idea.
Is she like... can she turn invisible like you can?
I don't know.
All right, well... Basil, do you have to keep controlling that?
Are you in the room with me? I thought you were in the dining room.
Okay, bye.
Hello, this is Lindsay.
There you go. All right. No, I'm still. I would have like poked my head through the doorway, but I don't know if you can hear from. Hang on, let me shut that door. Sorry about that. My house is old and doesn't like to keep the door shut. Yeah, I would probably walk back into that main room where you're at.
Okay. Yeah, but just... I think I can only hold this for just a few more minutes.
All right. Well, yeah, I guess I'm gonna say we could head down that hallway and see maybe that's where Cordelia went off to. Maybe we'll see more drips down that way.
Yeah, might as well. So are you referring to the chain hallway or the stairs hallway?
The chain hallway.
Okay, you guys head over to the chain hallway. I think as you round that corner, you can hear sounds of conversation at the end of the hall. The door's now a little more open, so there's more light coming in. You hear the sound of, you hear a gruff man's voice, and you hear what sounds like Natalie Strega.
I think we do SWAT hand motions to stop and and try and sneak closer.
Okay, go ahead and make a
We found her. Let's get her.
Okay, this D20 has not rolled a 1 yet, but it's giving me like 3 4s in a row. That's an 11.
Okay.
Let's see, stealth.
Yeah.
That's a 7.
Okay. Getting better all the time.
We're heading down the hallway and we're sneaking down. Did you come with us, or did you? Basil's gonna keep doing the thing in the room. Killer might be a little salty, but she's not that salty. She'll come with you. Okay, we're sneaking.
Okay.
I will also sneak.
Yeah. Not that it's really going to help at this point.
Probably not. I'll probably roll loud.
We heard a gruff voice and what sounds like Natalie Strega.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
She's got Cordelia. I will attempt to stealth.
Okay.
I'm not trying very hard, apparently. 8!
Okay, 8. Cordelia, as you're standing there, he fills with the keys, finds the right one, and unlocks the door, opens it up. That smell that you were getting before, it kind of hits you a bit stronger. Along with a smell of like sulfur. In the room beyond, scattered around this space as if torn apart in fury, are dozens of shattered bones, some with rotted meat still clinging to them. The walls of this room are scorched black, as if a terrible fire had broken out, and there are 6 open iron cages that line the western wall. To the north, you can see, just kind of around the corner, probably barely from your perspective, another iron banded door. You also see in this room, not in their cages, but currently, I'm going to reveal this for you guys so you can see. Not currently in their cages, but sort of obediently lined up towards the center, kind of cowering a bit. You see 3 hellhounds. And as the door opens and the man, or Davian, why is this working? commands the hounds to stay. You hear the sounds of shuffling footsteps coming from up the hallway. And Davian sort of turns a bit, his head lurches, says, "My lady, somebody's coming."
Oh, don't worry about it, darling. I'm sure they're mine. One moment. Do everything myself around here. Can I peek out into the hallway?
Make a deception check for me, too,
Okay.
by the way.
22.
22. Okay. You can continue the charade. You head to the hallway where you peek your head through the door, and you see all of your friends kind of crouching in the hallway very quietly, trying to approach you. All of you see Natalie Straga's head step through the door.
It's me.
We know. Ah!
I can shoot you. What are you doing?
Fucking hellhounds, like, dump in here. Give me 1
It's
second.
Michael.
We're gonna. Okay, come.
So
We like back away.
Squeaky
from the
shoes.
room, even though we're very not stealthy. Well, Seb was kind of stealthy, but I was not. You were not.
Nope.
But yes, we're gonna back away from this door. Maybe like over there.
I can't even do that. Can't help. Good luck.
He
I'm
says,
back around into the room. Darling, it is so hard to find good help these days. Thank you for being you.
Whatever I can do, my lady. How can I help? Where should I take these beasts so that they can do your will?
I want to see if they'll do what I say. Like everyone else in this godforsaken place should.
He sort of bows his head and looks a little more ashamed. He says, I'm sorry, my lady. It would take years more training to get them to obey anybody's voice but my own. I'm sure even with your power, I'm sure you could command them, but they are stubborn creatures from a realm beyond our own, and
Well, so am I. I'm gonna try to talk. I want to try to get the dogs to come.
Okay.
Come here.
Make an animal handling check.
Okay. 19.
19. They don't attack you,
Okay.
but they don't approach.
Well. You never know until you try. Well, guess you're coming with me.
Where to, my lady?
Well, Davian, if I may be honest with you for a moment.
Of course.
I trust you. And I need help with something. There is someone, well, I know you don't find me traipsing around this part of our home very much, and that is for a very specific reason. There is someone here who is pretending to be me. I'm not a huge fan, as you might imagine, and as such, I find myself walking around gathering my loyal troops myself.
Make another deception check. This is a stretch.
This can only go on for so long. Please be good. Natural 20.
Jesus.
24.
Okay. He bows his head again. He says,
I can't believe somebody would do something like that, mother. Who would turn against you? Who would dare stand against us?
Oh, my terrible, awful daughter. I'm sure you
Cordelia?
remember Cordelia.
I do. I never thought that girl was any good. She was always a troublemaker, never listened to you and your will.
How right you are. Well, I knew you were one of the loyal ones. You will come with me, and we will, release the hounds, as it were.
Okay. Oh, where is she? Where can I take them?
Well, that's what we're trying to find out. I imagine they can, sniff someone out rather well. She's
Okay.
currently hiding.
All right. Well, we would need something that belonged to your daughter, and then they can find her.
I imagine she seems quite similar to me currently, so do your best.
Oh, okay. I can take the dogs to her former quarters, and we can find something there, and then I'll send them on the hunt.
Perfect.
All right. Well, think about it. I shouldn't take the dogs through the chambers. I wouldn't want the other lords to be disturbed. Not everybody's already in a panic with everything going on. I'm going to cage them, and then I'll head to her room, with your permission, and find something there.
Wonderful, darling. As of the other lord, who still remains?
Not many, I imagine. I don't spend much time deeper in the sanctum, so I wouldn't know the comings and goings of people far better than myself.
You're doing a wonderful job, David.
He gives a whistle, and the dogs very quickly run into their cages, and he shuts the cages and locks them in. And then he bows and excuses himself from your presence and heads through the northern door.
Okay.
You solved my dog puzzle.
I wanted some dog friends.
Well,
That's okay.
He didn't bite your face off yet.
he didn't.
We'll see. I feel like I've accomplished something.
Meanwhile, the rest of us are just in a hallway, like.
Okay, I'm gonna go back out of the hallway. It's me, you shits.
We didn't know at first! You didn't tell anyone what you were doing!
You all just walked away in like 4 different directions.
You told us to stop, to execute the plan. Basil had a plan. We all left to help him, except you!
It worked.
Speaking of which, Basil, you still doing your thing over there?
Yeah.
I don't know. Am I still doing it?
However long it lasts.
Well, did you
Oh,
find
yeah.
anything?
Nope.
So I went the
no, I think
only
it's-
other viable way, which was
Without
this way.
telling anyone.
You had all already walked away. I cannot stress this enough. You
But
can't
you
talk to
didn't
people.
follow. We were all
All right.
working together.
Who was
and
I
we
supposed to follow, Pilar? You all went 4 different directions, down a
Same
bunch
way,
of
we all went
hallways.
up. We all went this way.
No, you didn't. That's a
There's only
that
one
is
way out of that
that's
hallway.
objectively a lie that everyone was together.
I mean,
Oh, we were to go down a hallway.
If I had a different picture in my head, that's, I guess, my fault. But I assumed there was only one way out of the hallway we were in before we got lightninged.
Well, anyways, we can argue about this
And so-
later. Why do you look like your mom right now? And who were you talking to?
The Hindmaster. So
All right.
I have convinced him that the Natalie Strega, that is wherever we are not, is not the real one. And he's locked up the hinds, and he is ostensibly, I guess, gone to, like, help me find the imposter, which is fun.
That is
But-
actually really fun.
Mostly he's out of the way. So,
So
which
how
is
do we
good,
keep going?
considering how much fucking noise you all made coming down this hallway.
To be fair, I was kind of freaked out. I thought you were going to meet Natalie, like, up here with you. Like, she was going to be, like, holding you by the neck or something. I was freaked.
Yeah, we're not very good at sneaking sometimes.
That's okay.
Well, I guess go grab Basil and then. Do we go through this room? Or do we go through the stairs?
He went through the door, through the cages,
Yes.
right?
North.
So he went that way and said that he was gonna go collect something from her chambers. So that's what's that way.
From your chambers.
So is it the rest of
Cordelia's
the place?
chambers. Which
Right.
I don't know what else would have been around Cordelia's chambers while she was here.
Your chambers were right next to your mother's.
Great.
So
All right. Well, then.
is that the only way to continue? Is that way?
Unless you all found something.
Nope.
No, Seb walked around and looked for stuff, but couldn't find anything except for more dripping in that dining room area that we first popped out in.
So I'll grab Basil and we all go through where the hounds are.
Yeah,
Yes.
like what kind of hounds?
Well, the hell kind. Hellhounds. You know, from hell. Smell like sulfur. Generally rip your face off.
And it sounds like we should probably get through there and stop him from coming back and letting them out of the cage.
Yeah, maybe there's a way we can keep that cage from opening back up.
Did he take the keys with him?
Yes, he did.
Dang it. The one thing I asked for.
So you are heading back to get Basil, Sebastian?
Yep. And just be
Okay.
like, hey, we're going this way.
Okay. As you go back to the room that Basil was in, you come around the corner and you see the same four pillars, water along the room. The water is no longer moving. The spell has ended. What you do see, however, is in the center of the room, in the pool of water, you see Basil lying on the ground. And hunched above Basil are two figures, pale white, shredded clothing. They have long black fingernails, and they both pull up from his body, their faces covered in blood, as they shriek in your direction, and this black smoke pours out of the eye sockets and their mouths. And the pool of blood around Basil is beginning to fill the water and kind of carry out in a circular direction. And that is where we're going to end our session for tonight.
Oh no! So that's what happens when you actually leave someone behind. Oh.
And we'll see what happens next time. Let's change this music.
What were those?
Two creeps.
Man, I got to play with Basil once.
So we will
And playing with Basil killed him.
Yep. That's
I
it.
did this.
So anyway, we will we'll see how this pans out in our next episode. Thank you everyone for joining us here tonight, this afternoon, whatever time it is where you are. So yeah, we'll be back in 1 week at 3:00 Eastern time. In between now and then, we will have a episode of Match Pony on Thursday at 7:00 Eastern. Don't think we have anything else going on this week. I think that's it, right? Okay. But yeah, keep an eye on our Twitter and for any announcements and anything else. Join our Discord if you want to talk to us and chat about the shows and the games we're playing. We'll let you know if we're going to be playing anything else throughout the week. So just stay tuned. Anything for anybody else? Anything we want to plug or talk about? No? Okay. Well, we'll see you all soon then. And until next time, good game and good night, Internet.
Good night.
Good night, Internet.